Hey heroes and adventurers, and welcome to Session 9 of the Tales of Telux, a homebrew D&D campaign we run over on Twitch every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to come check us out live. Links will be left down below. Without further ado, let's jump in and see what tonight awaits Argon and Friends. Without further ado, after meeting the illusion and learning who he was, and you got the name Taman from him, you guys learn more about the blood rituals, more about what the bandits are after, what they're up to, how to stop them. And after conversing with them, coming up with a plan, Taman casts a spell and you all get the illusion that you're all bandits. You then are able to easily infiltrate the Silver Lake, go down to their lair and see that they've got games. It's where they hang out. There's like a little fighting pit around. You guys sit, watch, and it gets to this one fight with this one woman who's all bandaged up all the way to her hands up. You can only see her eyes, and she releases these like claws almost. It rips the bandages from her hand, and she takes down her partner or her fighting opponent that was in the fight pit. At this point, you guys see Darrow show off. He's starting to talk, and HK, you walk up and you try to throw your team to the wolves and take out Darrow for yourself. And it doesn't work out quite exactly how you planned, and you guys end up moving on to the entertainment for the evening, which was 2 Minotaurs and Black Pudding. And getting hit pretty hard, but easily getting out of there. You guys make it through the fights, the crowd starts to dissipate, you get your cheated out loot, the dwarf telling you that everyone's gone. You then make your way up back to leave the Silver Lake, and as you get to the top you realize the building's on fire. It's starting to come down, pieces of flaming wood are dropping. 5 of you are able to easily sprint off while Thoromir grabs a keg and follows. Kiwi, you're running through and you trip up and you get hit a couple times, and you break out the front door of the Silver Lake just seconds before it comes collapsing down. And as you're laying there on the ground, kind of coughing up smoke, Thoromir comes over, heals you, and that's where we pick up for the evening. So you guys see the Silver Lake just completely collapsing down, smoke, fire, a couple of buildings on the side starting to catch a little bit, but these new guard all of a sudden show up and they start to help. They start to put out the fire. It's almost, you can kind of tell it's the guards that Sir Anders and Anton were talking about. You look around with adrenaline rushing through you. You don't see the old guards that there were. The bandits seem to have cleared out. As they were running out, they seem to have done some destruction, some breaking windows, throwing stones. Doesn't look like anybody was hurt or anything. Storm clouds start to gather. It's now mid-afternoon at this point after being down there for a while. Storm clouds are starting to gather. You can tell it's going to be more of a mild storm. You can hear thunder off in the distance as Layla starts to walk up to you guys and approaches you. Well, shit. Don't know what you did down there, but it worked.
That's the robot.
Made a deal for them to leave. However, I believe they were already done with the city.
Yeah, whatever it was, they done left. The she kind of like looks around a little bit. The illusion and Sir Anders like to see you at the castle before Sir Anders gives a speech to the people.
Is a
Lead
speech.
on, milady.
Follow me. She leads you through the town. As you go through the town, you can kind of see the townspeople are confused. They don't look like they're in that perpetual state of fear anymore. They seem confused, but you can see relief on their faces. They almost look like volunteers, kind of guards are coming around. They're wearing the colors of Zarox, and they're helping people, reassuring them, taking account of any damage that happened as the bandits were running out and leaving, as well as a couple of bandits who did not leave are being arrested and detained. You guys make your way up to the castle, and as you're working your way there, you can see they're building like a little platform for the king to take when he gives his speech to the townspeople. You guys go through the courtyard. You enter the castle. Yes.
Is there any like destitute looking families on the side that we see like as we're coming up?
No. It's just mostly the just normal townspeople, just kind of like looking around, seeing what's going on. This is liveliness they haven't seen before in this kind of town.
Okay, so nobody looks like really poor or anything like that.
No.
Okay. All right.
So you guys make your way through the courtyard. You get to the front gates of the castle. You walk in, and you go through the doors and into the room where you were just feasting just this morning. And as you enter the room, excuse me, Anton is walking out, and oh, Argon Friends, you did well. I can't wait to hear the story, but I do must make sure that the new guard people are knowing their places, knowing their roles, and getting set up for the king to take his speech. I do wish you luck. And he kind of passes on by out to the courtyard. And in the banquet room, you have the illusion kind of standing at the far end of the table. You can see he's got a book in his left hand. He's just kind of standing there, same with that same smile, and two guards kind of standing at the door as Layla enters you in.
Can we see what book he's reading?
It's just that he's just holding like a book. You can't tell exactly what it is. Give me a perception check.
Just blank.
So I got a 13 on the plus 4, so 17.
You can tell from this distance that it looks like an older book, possibly maybe his spell book or a spell book of some sort.
Okay.
Was there 2 regular guards on, like as we walked in?
Yeah, just two, just regular, like still with the random colors. They don't have armor just yet, but they do have like a sword sheath, and they're just kind of standing there, looking around, looking for orders or what they're supposed to be doing, trying to be guards without really knowing how to be.
Can I go like shake their hand and look them in the eye and tell them like, good job and good luck? Try to give them like a little bit of a, oh nice, like a little pep.
Thank you, but good job to you. And they kind of pat you on the shoulder. As you guys see, well, Argon and Friends did it. And I'm guessing my illusion worked perfectly, of course.
Did until our buddy over here ratted us out.
Yeah, that's the robot.
No, I'm pretty sure he knew.
Okay.
And at this point, he kind of looks at Layla. Layla, I'm sure that Anton could use your help. I have it from here. I'll take care of them. Why don't you take these 2 guards and I'll wait for Sir Anders to come out of his room. She's like, okay, suit yourself. No funny business. But good job. She kind of leaves. Takes the 2 guards with you, and as they leave, they close the door, and Taman's just staying there. Same smile. So, what did you learn?
You knew the bandits were leaving Zarox, didn't you? I've never seen power transfer so quickly.
I had my suspicions.
So why
You
stay
knew a
there
lot
in the
more
first
than
place?
you were letting on, didn't you?
Yeah, it's almost like you were prepared for this. There's new guards in place. There's a speech planned, and it's all happened.
Oh, I had nothing
in a matter
to
of
do with
hours.
that. That's Sir Anders and Anton. They did it. I
We
just
all know.
advise.
I'm not sure Sir Anders does
Whatever.
anything for himself.
Sir Anders does nothing, and we all know that.
He's a pushover.
Hi, baby.
Aw. I think you give him too much credit.
I think we do too.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how exactly did it all go down? I mean, you had perfect illusions.
Yeah, we did.
They definitely went out with more of a bang than I was expecting.
Yeah. The robot tried to cut a deal and sold us out. And then he just straight up just started mayhem. We had to fight our way out of there.
There
And
was
luckily-
no deal. It was a ploy to get close so I could try to assassinate him. I am an assassin robot
Can I insight check?
droid.
Yeah?
I mean, if you want to.
Uh, 10. Just rolling tens tonight, I guess.
It seems like he's on the. It seems like he's telling the truth. You don't feel like he's lying or anything, like leaning one way or another.
How did you figure it out? You said that you think that he already knew. How did you figure that out?
Did you not see when he was giving his speech at the beginning of the fights?
I didn't feel like that was enough personally, but if you're an assassin robot, I guess you would have a more keen eye than I would.
The lingering and the hand gestures seem to have given it away.
Okay. Starting to trust him a little bit more. Just kind of slink back in.
Well, I'm curious. Who was all down there? What did you see?
A lot. Dara was
make-
down there.
Pretty good drinks.
Yeah.
Just to
Not
let
so
you
sure
know.
about that.
House specials where it's at.
If the
It
barkeep's
was-
still around.
It seemed as if the ritual they had finished was for this young girl named Merrick, who appears to be in love with Daro and works for him. And apparently the ritual was a success. She was extremely powerful.
Ah, so they're testing on humans.
Yes, he gave a grand speech essentially saying, this is the result of my scientific experimentation and it's finished. And we tried to get the other bandits to join in and show them what they could become. So maybe he's building an army of these super creatures or superhumans.
I assure you, there's no science behind this. But Darrow was there, you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you know this-
HK tried to assassinate him. And that's what caused all the mayhem.
Where did Darrow go afterwards?
Teleported out.
And the smile kind of like drops. Who teleported him?
One of the
I believe it was
female
a tiefling.
tieflings with him.
They
Are you
appeared
familiar with
to be.
Female?
Yes.
She
Could
had
they
a
have been
sister.
under illusion spells?
Two
Who knows?
sisters.
Well enough.
Are you
Anyone
familiar
else
with
there?
any of Daro's crew, the two tieflings, or this Merrick fighter? She seems very popular.
The Merrick fighter, not so much. The Tiefling sisters, those interest me.
Why?
Because I'm looking for a Tiefling.
Are you looking for two tieflings?
No, just one.
Does this have anything to do with the statue that's in the middle of town?
Oh, no. No, that's just Maloris. That's different. That's a god. This one only thinks he's a god.
So
What's
it's
his
he
name?
that you're
Don't worry
looking
about
for.
that.
We might could help you
son
find
of
him
a
if we
bitch.
knew what his name was.
Ah,
Give
We
me a
should-
persuasion check.
Why do I always speak up first?
I was gonna
Hey,
get there, but
so
you went
either-
for it.
A persuasion
Okay.
check from both Kiwi and Aron, or one can aid the other, so they would have advantage.
Bet your bonus is higher than mine.
+3. My deception's higher, but I'm not really decepting. I'll make a check with you.
That one.
Ooh, I rolled a 16.
That sounds good. I rolled a 5, and I have a +0, so
Ugh.
So after Kiwi says his, I'll say, look what we've just accomplished. We've shown to be reliable and do good work. If we're going to work together further, we need to trust each other. And whereas it may not come easy, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You hear a voice in your head.
I mean, I get those anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so
Well, this is a different voice. Whoa.
can I history check it?
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. That is an 8 plus a 9. So 9, sorry.
What are you history like? What do you want to know?
Just does this sound? Have I heard it? Does it sound familiar? Have I heard it in stories? Did my mother talk about it? Anything?
Nope.
All right, that's it. Does everybody wish to know the name of this man?
Did he
Well,
give
we've
you the
only been
name?
asking long.
Do you know?
Yes, he did. Well, he gave me a name. I don't know if it's this man's name or not.
What's the name?
The name is Gorvaku.
Vaku.
Has anyone heard of this before? Because I have never.
Now I know
Not
who I
in
can't
game.
trust with secrets.
Oh shit! I forgot. Well, I didn't know it was a secret.
Come on, man. There's a message in your head.
Oh, well, that's all right. I didn't.
What's your
I
intelligence?
know the name. Can I history check
I
it?
think my intelligence
Yeah.
is poop.
And
7.
seven.
Aron
Nothing
would have told
really.
everyone.
At this point, the illusion will walk over to you, Taman. He'll get like face to face, and his eyes will turn this pitch black. Tell a secret again. It will be your life.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was a secret. I'm sorry. I'm not used to the ways of magic.
And he just like walks away.
Okay.
All right, so you have the Tiefling sisters. Anything else interesting?
Care to know what their spells and abilities were? The Tiefling sisters.
You want to know what they are?
No, I was asking if you wanted to know.
No, I'm not really interested.
Fair enough.
What did this Merrick look like?
She was so fast. It was crazy. You should have seen her out there. Left and right, up and down. And then she had this hand thing. I don't really know what it was. It was scary. It just, like, her hand changed.
What did it
Eh.
change to?
Like claws. Like giant claws. Not giant, but like just claws.
Did she turn into a creature? Like
No,
polymorph?
It didn't
No,
fully
it
transform,
was still her.
but
It was just not her.
from what I can tell, it was almost vampiric in nature, in a way.
That might be a
You're
good way to
saying
describe
there's
it.
vampires.
Well, not in the traditional sense, but as far as we could tell.
Well, if there's other monsters, why can't there be a vampire?
Because people have seen the other monsters, no one's seen vampires.
Doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
The
Fair
greatest
enough.
trick ever made is for someone to convince everyone else they don't exist.
Oh, I know that trick very well.
Yes, you should be familiar with remaining unseen.
At this point, the door to the
Tricksters.
left opens up, and Sir Anders walks in. And he walks in with a woman you have yet to see before. She's dressed in similar clothing as Sir Anders. They're walking side by side. You can tell she's half elf, but shows more of the human characteristics. She's got brown hair that kind of has like light highlights throughout it. Dark brown eyes. It almost looks like the iris is part of the pupil. And she's reserved and doesn't show any like emotion on her face. Very straight face, and just walks alongside Sir Anders. And he comes up. Ah, yes, Argon and Friends. Thank you for all that you have done. You did exactly as you said you would. It's quite a relief.
Of course.
I would like to say thank you
Yeah.
from the city, and of course myself and my wife Dinara here. We thank you, and we're very happy that you were able to do what you said you would.
Ooh.
How happy are you?
Quite happy, quite happy.
Could you put a
Now we
gold
can-
figure on your happiness?
We don't worry, we will get to your rewards. Don't worry. I
What was
like
his
your
wife's name?
tenacity. Dinara.
Does that sound familiar? Does she look familiar?
Nope.
Pardon my forwardness. Ever pragmatic.
While Argon and Friends appreciates your gratitude, I just think that you should know that your advisor sent us there knowing that the bandits were already planning to leave town. And
Oh,
we
he-
risked our lives in a situation that was already coming to an end.
Well, I'm glad you were able to help accelerate it and get them out of the town for good.
Yeah, it's almost like he was just looking for information.
I mean, we're all looking for information, aren't we? Trying to figure out what these the bandits want. The what did you call them? The blood rituals. Blood rituals. Yes, those. We're trying to figure out what those are and stop them. Of course, we need the information for that, don't we?
This information that he needs seems to be more personal. Like, yeah, more personal.
Oh, well, what could you possibly mean? I'm not for sure. The illusion? What did they ask? I was just simply asking them who was there and what quite possibly they could be after, and what information they could bring us.
Yeah, that's all he was asking. I'm sorry. I was thinking of a situation that I had a few months ago. Sometimes I just time lapse and forget where I'm at and what's happening.
Yes. Traumatic events can hurt us all, can't they?
Most certainly. My apologies.
So what is the plan now for Zarox? Now that it's been cleared.
We're going to give a speech and hopefully announce to everybody that the city is safe and the bandits have left and they seem to have all gone north. So we can just be happy and thankful that they are no longer in Zarox.
Aren't we going north?
Yeah.
Why, yes, you
Yes,
are.
we had discussed it.
My lord, if I may make a request of you.
Oh, yes, absolutely, of course.
Is it possible I could make use of your forage?
I don't see why not. We could work that out for you.
I might need a few materials as well.
Oh, we can try to scrap up as much as we could. I heard they're also trying to, they're looking for you down at the temple. They would like your help with some things.
My hammer is yours, my lord.
Ah, perfect.
So we're going to do some forging and then prepare to head north. I have a stop I'd like to make in the city before we leave.
Does that include free breakfast?
Ooh, you
Actually,
can hook us up
no.
with free breakfast, though. But you could.
We can
I'm
make
kinda
two
hungry.
stops, but that's not the one in front of mine.
Are we on like a
Hey.
super tight
This point,
timeline?
you can start hearing the thunder start to get closer. The storm seems to be approaching. Thormir, with the storm approaching, it's like almost like a pressure headache kind of forming in your head. Nothing to push you off or anything or kind of distract you, but just you feel like a pressure headache in. All
I
right,
silently pray to Thor to ask for guidance.
all right. Please make use of the rooms that we have for you here. Get cleaned up. You look like you need to be cleaned up and take a little rest. I'm going to prepare my speech and address the town and, of course, introduce you all to the Zarox and thank you formally for everything that you've done for us.
We don't necessarily need to be introduced to the town, do we?
Oh, no. Wait, trust me. We
No, from what we feel like, most of the town probably already knows who we are.
Yeah, I mean, they're,
Yeah.
they're
they
probably
want
familiar
to
with.
thank you. And, I mean, what better way to give you a reward in front of everybody so they can see that heroism pays.
You could give us our reward now. We could go.
Yeah. And that way we
Yeah,
can
I
go take out the bandits up north and we don't have to waste time.
We don't want to be any trouble or.
No trouble at all. Please go rest up, use your rooms, and we're gonna go get cleaned up ourselves and get ready for the speech to the town. At this point, he kind of like turns and walks back, and Dinar just kind of like turns and just follows him, still not showing any emotion or anything on her face.
So I guess that means we don't
look
get
around.
paid right now.
What
Yeah,
what time
no,
of
we
day
didn't.
is it?
We got to go to this thing.
It's midday. It's hard to tell the exact time. You couldn't tell where the sun was as the clouds started to come over, but roughly like 3-4 in the middle of the day.
Okay.
Can I go outside and like survival check the storm and just see like if it's gonna come this way and how bad it is?
Yeah, of course.
I need to go to the
Well-
forge.
Aron, what are
let
we
me
doing
know
with
how,
our
like,
Minotaur leg?
Sunny
Oh,
it is out
shit.
there.
Yeah,
We're
we gotta
still
figure that
holding this
out.
Minotaur
you guys
leg.
still like you get already
Yeah.
in the Minotaur leg.
We gotta do that. That's a 22 on survival to see
for
what
the
the storm's
town,
doing.
Okay. There's something about the storm that doesn't seem natural. It seems as if it's being caused by something else.
And Thormir is silently praying. Is he on? Did you already go on your way to like the forge?
Nobody's led me to the forge yet, so I'm
Okay.
still here.
So, I just want to go ask Thormir. Even though he's praying, I'll just like tap him on the shoulder and say, "Thormir, is your God talking to you?"
I've no the response yet, lad, but something is very foul afoot.
This storm is strange.
It feels unnatural, lad.
Yes, it's nothing I've seen before. I know your God speaks with thunder and lightning, so
Was I able to hear that conversation?
Yeah, you guys are all
Okay.
close to each other.
Well, since it's unnatural, should we go get the horses that we left out in the woods? They've been there for like a day, and it's unnatural. I'm kind of
Oh.
worried for them.
We can go
Well, not-
check on the
not-
horses. That's for sure.
not
Maybe Sir
100%
Anders can-
sure what it is. It's just it feels off. I don't know how unnatural it is.
I
But
would like to say though that Sir Anders does seem to want to talk to the town within the hour.
Maybe
guys all-
maybe Sir Anders can send
How
some
quickly
men to
was that
retrieve
s-
the horses, or
how quickly was that storm moving?
It seemed like it was approaching. You didn't know. It didn't seem like it was going to bring rain or anything. It was.
Would it
more
get
so
here within the
just-
hour?
Possibly.
It's gonna get here when he's putting on a speech.
Okay.
I pray to
gonna-
Thor for protection for the city from the gathering storm.
It's middle of the day too, or else I'd meditate, but I can't.
No, I can't really go outside and be efficient out there right now. So I'm just.
My goddess is asleep right now.
is someone gonna come get us when it's time for the speech? Or are we just hanging out here until we're called upon?
And
And
Anton will
does
come
this
and get
count?
you.
Does this count as a short rest?
Only if you go back to room. If you go to the forge or if you go do anything else, it does not.
Can I ask somebody to go get the
Hmm.
horses?
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
have
short
time to
rest.
do what I want in the forge before the speech.
We can try to send some men out there for your horses.
Thank you.
Are they well trained?
Yakul is trained. I don't know about the other
No.
horses.
Be careful with the one that digs. He's very
His name is
sensitive.
Burrows. Be careful with
Diggs.
Burrows.
Just
He's a
let him
horse.
do it.
He
You
looks
gotta
like.
let him do it. And don't ride
Charles
him.
will probably
I
be
can
the
only ride him.
smartest. Ask for Charles.
I
Ash,
can't
they're
talk to
hor-
them.
are you?
They are very smart. Well, Charles is very smart.
My horse Yakul is actually trained. He will lead the other horses if you need him to.
And like
His other
Tamara, like,
horses
looks you all over like
be tamed for a
investigating you
day.
as if like you're like having some kind of illusion or something, like you're the bandits or you are quite the. Okay, why don't you all go get cleaned up and I will see if I can't get somebody to go fetch these horses and Charles for you.
We figure it out when the action starts rolling, right?
I'm gonna go to my
We
room
get it together.
and wash up and take a short rest.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same. Wash up and then.
We are in an old castle, I'm assuming. Can I look around and see if there's a mouse in the area?
I was about to ask that question.
Wait, I
Yeah.
can't.
Give me a nature check for it.
Yeah, same one either way. 19.
Okay, easy enough. You can kind of see there's this one like weird looking mouse. You can kind of see like small gills in the side of it. Looks like it's having trouble breathing.
Oh.
The baby rat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found this in Aria, but I don't know if Pike would want to eat one of these.
I'm gonna look over at Pike and just be like, and point to it. You want it? Okay, you can have it if you want it.
And Pike, that's my desk. Pike
Let the
flies
camera
off.
shake.
Hey. Too into it. Pike flies off and snatches the baby rat from your hand and like brings it over, puts it on your shoulder, and Arya just starts pecking at it, and the rat just makes this weird sound.
Huh.
It's Pike. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Good boy. Do we know where Ren's room is?
No, you have not. You know that Ren came off of the right door the last time, or this morning when you were here, but you don't know exactly where his room is.
Okay.
Do you want to take a short rest, or do you want to handle this Minotaur leg? Or is this something we can push till after the speech?
Let's handle the Minotaur leg.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do something with it, for sure. I forgot
Can we find
about
any
it.
salt? Because I have lungs I need to curate here.
I could get somebody to take you to
Great.
the kitchen.
Ooh, yeah, we'll go to the kitchen.
Yeah, let's go to the
and-
kitchen.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, okay. Are you
Yeah,
sure
we're
you guys
just-
took care of the bandits?
Yeah, and a Minotaur. So
Yeah,
we need to
see?
go carve this bad boy up.
They must have had a very unlucky day, and he just kind of like walks
Um,
past you and opens the doors. Guards, please. Yes. Can you lead these two to the kitchen, please?
I'm gonna start like pulling out my bloody sack of like organs as we're walking by.
And you can
Like,
see like
excited.
the new guard kind of walk up, and he kind of like gets close to Mon, who, where's the kitchen? Mon just kind of like looks at him. Where? Who? What? Don't. I'm just telling you where it is. Oh, okay. Yep, right this way. So the guard
See?
will lead you to the kitchen. For those that are going back to their room, you can take a short rest. Thoromir, it'll be about like an hour, so you can go to the forge and try it, or you can take a short rest. It's up to you.
Go to the forge.
Okay. So Kiwi, Argon, and HK, you'll take a short rest, so you can do hit points and spell slots if you'd like. Thoromir, another guard, leads you to the forge. In the kitchen, in Arya and Aron, you'll be able to find pretty much all that you need. They don't have like 5 pounds of salt that you'll need for the Minotaur leg, as it's a pretty decent sized Minotaur leg, so you have to choose how to get it. You could probably get like half of it.
Would you rather use the salt for the? Can we, if we dry out the organs with the salt, does that preserve them?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
So salt will naturally pull out all the moisture and utilize as like a preservation method.
Yeah, we got the leg for the bone marrow specifically.
Okay.
Yep.
So as far as the meat goes on the Minotaur leg, we can just give that to the kitchen if they want it. We're specifically after the bone marrow. I'd rather use the salt to get our organs done and then get the marrow out.
Yep.
Does that sound like
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Trying to find a cooking check on here. Give me.
Let's make it up, dude.
Wouldn't be medicine, maybe? Or I don't know.
Charisma check,
So-
because cooking's all about charisma.
Revisions
Or-
check.
For the bone marrow, give me a strength check to break open the bone, and then a medicine check to extract the bone marrow.
We both make both checks.
Yes.
Sick.
I hope you get a good strength because mine's terrible.
I got an 18 on strength.
I got a 5.
Nice.
Okay. And Ara, you kind of like crack the bone a little bit. Aron, you're able to split it nice, and now medicine checks to get the bone marrow out.
Ooh, another 18 on the dice.
I'm glad you got that because I got a 7 + 2 and
For
9.
a 22.
All right. In Aria, you've got bone meal you can use for like spells and whatnot. You weren't able to like fully get the marrow out. Aron, you were able to get the bone marrow out of the bone.
Cool. I give that to Anaria for Pike.
Cool. And I'm gonna give you some bone meal in case you need it.
We will trade. I'm cool with this.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got bone marrow.
All right, you give.
How much of that do I have?
From a minotaur leg, I will say. Are you using it to feed Pike?
I'll probably use it to feed Pike.
You'll have enough for 6 portions. Pike's little.
Cool.
And then you're giving the meat to the kitchen, and then you're preserving the organs.
Yep.
The testicles and the lungs and whatever else you grabbed.
You grabbed the heart, didn't you?
The
Yes, I
heart.
did. Yes, I did. Yeah, all the good stuff.
Okay, give me a survival check to preserve those.
Oh. Oh no.
It hit nat 20 and then literally rolled. So now I got a 2 + 4.
I rolled a.
Oh,
I rolled a 9 + 8, 16.
okay.
Or
Aron,
17,
You're able to
sorry.
get
All right, I'm
yours.
struggling.
You're able to get yours
Gotcha.
covered in salt, and you kind of see it, Arya, like struggling. She's grabbing like others, like she's kind of looking at salt and sugar, trying to figure out which one it is.
And when I like.
You know
give,
which
like,
one's
the,
which?
It's like, do you need help over here? You want me to help you?
I'm not having a good time.
It's okay. I will walk over and assist her.
Alright,
Really
and-
fast. It's a 29 natural.
Okay,
for
yeah,
survival.
easy enough. You're able to preserve all the organs and not sugar cure them.
As we
That'd
go,
be
I
awful
want to
for
be
sugared
like, I want to
lungs.
like be teaching her too. Like, I don't want to mansplain, but just if you didn't know, tips and tricks.
Explain.
I don't want to just go do it for her. I want her to learn too. You know?
Okay, and so with that, if you ever do it again in Arya, it will be with advantage.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
Let's go.
Thoromir,
I'm gonna teach you.
What would you like to do in the forge?
I'd like to take the 2 minotaur horns I have and make myself a helmet.
Okay. Give me. Let's see. They don't have helmet checks either on this one.
Helmet check.
Give me a strength check, and then a.
Okay. Strength check. Make sure I got a 20-sided dice here in my hand. Oh, let's see. That would be a 23.
Okay, and then a. Let's do.
And while I'm doing it, I'm praying to Thor all the while.
Okay. Give me a dex check to make sure you can get the horns on there right and not kind of crooked.
Ooh, I hope I didn't waste all my good rolls. That's a 22.
Okay. With your expertise and knowing you don't get a response from Thor, you can feel your headache just kind of persisting. You can't tell if Thor's either. It doesn't seem like he's unable to get with you, but it's almost like his hands are a little full at the moment. But with your expertise and everything, you're able to make a helmet and put the Minotaur horns on there. Not like the full horn, but a good chunk of them.
I don't need the full horn, just some horn.
Yep.
Dovahkiin.
Okay. And then what was it that Sir Anders wanted me to do while I was in the forge?
It was at the temple. They wanted you at the temple.
Oh,
But that will have to be after the speech. So as you're finishing up your helmet, you guys are playing chefs in the kitchen, and the rest of you are take a short rest. You get knocks on your doors. Thoromir and Arya and Aron, they send guards to get you from your forge, from the kitchen, and from your rooms. Please, Sir Anders is waiting for you out in the courtyard.
Alright.
Oh, head out.
As you
Okay.
all reconvene at the front of the tower, at the front of the castle, there's Layla waiting for you. About time. Come on this way. And she turns and starts walking out to the courtyard. And as you're walking to the courtyard, you can see they kind of have the makeshift, kind of like plateau
Stage.
Stage, thank you. Stage out there for you. And you can see Sir Anders, he's already given his speech. He's up there talking. His wife right next to him. You can see Anton and Theron up there as well as on the far right side, there is a full wood elf, blonde hair slicked back, with a ponytail in the back, with nicer clothing on. And he's just kind of looking around. And as you see him turn his head, you can see a smile on his face. And it's a smile that you all kind of get the feel that that's just the illusion in disguise.
Ah.
I got real excited.
No wood elf today.
And then on the far left, you can see another figure you haven't seen before. He's got silvery white hair, longer, pulled back into a ponytail. Nicer black robes with like gold trim on them and hints of purple throughout. As he's just standing up there, his back to you so you can't see his face. And as you approach, you can hear Sir Anders giving his speech. But luckily, the gods have blessed us with our fortune as Argon Friends here, and he turns his hand as you guys all approach on the left-hand side of the stage. Argon Friends here saved the city and got the bandits out, and you can kind of hear some clapping and some cheers, and you can kind of see in the front row, you guys all see Rin and Aaron there. Their heads kind of low, but when he mentions you guys, they kind of pick their heads up and they give a faint little clap. You can see a dwarven woman kind of jumping up and down in the crowd with like a hand kind of pointing over towards Kiwi's direction.
Whatever that is.
Gonna have to make a stop before we leave.
Oh yeah.
These brave, what once were strangers, now are city heroes, saved us. They took on the bandits single-handedly and forced them out of our city and out of our lands. And we are able now to properly build Zarox and make guards and give to the city that you all so well deserved. And kind of people are clapping and whatnot. They're kind of unsure about him as he's still gaining confidence himself. Now please do be sure to say thank you to these brave adventurers as they have agreed to head north and chase after the bandits and go to Dorenburg and save them from the raiding parties that are happening up there. These are selfless heroes and so very brave, and we were so very blessed by the gods to have them. And when he says by the gods to have them, the sky is now dark. The clouds are getting darker. No lightning, no rain, but thunder just almost rumbling, almost at a constant now, without any space in between. So be sure to say your thanks before they bid adieu and they head off tonight to Dorenburg. And they kind of clap, and at this point the crowd starts to disperse. A couple of them come up and shake their head, shake your hands, and say thank you, congratulate you. Kiwi, make a strength check. Or a strength saving throw, I'm sorry.
Strength saving throw, okay.
Yes.
So that's a T20 plus the modifier in the saving throw box.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Just making sure.
Nope, you're good.
It's a 20 non-natural.
Okay. As the crowd starts to disperse, you guys see Fru bolt, almost full-on dash, and run and jump at Kiwi. Kiwi, you're able to see her as she's running. You catch her in your arms, as if you would have rolled any lower, she would have knocked you down, full-on body slammed you.
Oh gosh.
Well, my hero! She just goes in for a big old smooch.
Right here on stage, alright.
Yeah, right here in public. Definitely Kiwi style.
I'm just gonna lean over and be like, "Hi, Fran, Dwarven."
Hi! Right back to it.
I'm gonna come up for air.
I wasn't chewing gum.
At
Can
this
I
point,
further wisdom check this storm one more time?
Yeah.
As it's approaching and such. That's a 18 on the die for a 26.
you can tell that by now this storm should have lightning. It should have rain. You don't seem to be in the eye of it. You're definitely in like the thick of it. There's something not right about this storm.
I just want to bring it to Thormir's attention again and just
I'm
be
going
like,
to do my own wisdom check and see what I can figure out.
Yep.
what the fuck?
Plus 4. 19.
You can tell it almost seems as if from up in the heavens that the gods are either disagreeing or there's something going on that's disturbing them.
So
I
Is this going to affect us?
Can I do a
Well,
history check? Have I
y'all
seen
don't know
anything like
yet.
this before?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna do too. So I'll roll one as well.
Yeah, same here.
It don't
If I
matter.
may.
9 plus 1, we got a 10.
Let's all see if we've seen this thing before. Let's do it.
I got
Six-
13.
Gotta be-
16.
Okay.
17.
Nothing that you guys have seen before. Nothing
I
like
talked to-
this. Go ahead, Thorbear.
I was just going to say, I approach Argon to speak to him about the storm
Okay.
since he was walking to me.
You did that so well this time.
In Aria, you'll
I've
notice
been
that
practicing.
this storm seems faintly remember from the night that you first met the Blue Dragon, when you saw
Okay.
that he
That's what I
brought
was curious about.
destruction upon your mentor and the village that you were staying at. That this was almost like a forewarning. At the
Okay,
same
can
time.
I move towards the illusion? Is that
Yeah.
possible, or am I stuck here?
No, you're not stuck here. As you start to move away, though, the other mystery figure approaches, and as he does, the one with the long white silvery hair pulled back into a ponytail, he approaches you. Argon Friends, it's quite the pleasure to meet you.
Someone punch him.
Who are you?
I'm gonna
name-
bend down and put my hand on my dagger, just subtly. Can't really subtly bend down, but I'm pretty tall and lanky, so just reach my arm down a little bit.
I
He
know
Fuck
this
it.
notices and just kind of looks over. I mean no harm. My name is Roland Winters, and I help Sir Anders with all spiritual matters.
Roland
he's-
Winters?
Yep.
Winters.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
Wait, 3 plus 4 is 7.
Seems like a good guy.
And he helps with spiritual matters, you said?
Yes. He's got
Whoa.
long sleeves on. He's older, human, and just says, I just wanted to personally say thank you for your help in the matters, and I do hope you continue to help us.
What do you think of this weather, Roland? Pretty wild, huh?
No natural storm, of course. But your friend right back there, and he points to you, Thoromir, your friend back there should know exactly what this kind of storm means.
Gods are angry. They're fighting amongst each other.
Well,
This
that can't
does
be
not
good.
bode well.
Any idea why it might be centering over Zarox? Do we think the town is the city is in danger?
Oh, that's very well. There was the blood ritual that happened down in the sewers, so that could be a possible sign of it.
I've been trying to reach Thor in my prayers to beg him to sanctify this area, but I've not yet received any kind of response.
Seems like his hands might be tied then.
Mayhap, may well.
Will you be staying in the city, Roland?
Oh, of course, I serve Sir Anders, so I'll be sticking around for a while.
I roll some sort of check to see if this guy has any sort of resemblance to the mystery figure from the blood ritual.
Give me a insight check.
Okay. 10. God damn it. Just right on spot with the 10s today.
It's a 10.
I'm over it.
Nothing particular. It was a mystery figure. It was kind of dark. It was hard to see. The hair, that's about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what got me. Okay, cool.
Can I grab the illusion's attention?
He started to walk over. He started to make his way towards you guys at this time, and Roland kind of looks over. Well, I must bid you adieu. Good luck in your travels to Dorenberg. And he just kind of takes off. As this now a full wood elf with blonde hair kind of approaches you. Well, look at you guys. It's like the spotlight was made for you.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, and just tap my head.
Secrets. Ooh.
Secrets are no fun.
Yeah, don't tell me what secrets.
Yeah, don't tell that.
No, he's not looking at you at all.
My bad.
You're on the shit list.
Hey, Arwen would have.
I want to ask him what he knows about that Roland fellow we just met because Roland seemed to have gotten weirder as he came closer.
Oh, you
He
mean
split
Roland?
when he saw him.
Yeah,
We
Roland.
we don't necessarily see eye to eye. However, he thinks I'm a full elf that works for the Suranders.
Are you not a full elf?
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
How do you not see
So
eye
why
to
he-
eye?
Yeah, why didn't he
Any
like
major
you?
points of disagreement?
Well, he deals with spiritual matters, and I don't necessarily agree with what spirits he trusts. He's probably one to keep an eye on.
Interesting.
Like
Thank you.
they say, keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
That's what I said.
No one's talking to you.
I'll look at the storm again. It's crazy out here, man.
Do you have a reward for getting rid of these bandits? They said they would give it to us at the ceremony, but as I recall, I'm not holding any money. He just said thank you a bunch, and some stranger shook my hand.
He has your award right up there. He hasn't yet delivered it to you. No point in giving a whole bunch of gold to you in front of this entire town. That'd be kind of silly now, wouldn't it? You don't want to get robbed.
Nah, could fuck them up if they tried, I think.
He
But
just kind
okay.
of looks you down and up. Yeah, you could.
Asshole.
And Sir Anders makes his way over. Oh, yes, your reward. I heard you. I'm coming. Yes. Once again, thank you so much. I don't know what to call you when you're in this disguise. And he just kind of looks at him. Oh, okay. Rurik. Rurik? Really? Isn't that the Forge's name? Okay. Please give them their reward. And he pulls out a small little bag. And he kind of tosses it to you and Arya.
What's this?
Open it up and see.
Can I check it first? Like, is there?
Yep. Give me
anything?
an Arcana check.
Wait in your hands a bit.
Okay, I got an 11 plus 1, so 12.
You can tell it's some sort of magical bag that has your
No.
reward in it.
Out of game. No, don't tell me you did this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me.
Open
Please
the
don't
bag.
do this to me.
What's in the freaking bag?
No. Okay.
Point it somewhere else. when you
Nightmare
open it.
fuel.
I'm so scared. Okay. I'm gonna open it and point it towards. Who gave it to me?
You're pointing it at who?
Whoever gave it to me.
The king.
The king.
Well,
I'm gonna
okay.
point at the king.
Fantastic.
I thought it was Timon. The
Dude,
illusion gave
yeah,
it to
it
you.
was-
I couldn't tell if it was the illusion or the king.
Oh, I
Okay,
thought it was
the illusion. I want to.
Give me
Point-
a dex check.
Okay.
Shit.
Shit. God damn it. Okay.
T-Rex jumps out and murders.
17 plus 2. 17 plus 2. I got a 19.
Okay. As you open the bag and throw it,
I didn't throw it. I just want to.
or you kind of like jolt it towards this direction. You see a couple coins almost start to come out, and you're able to grab them before they do.
Okay.
He just kind of steps back. I can take it back if you'd like.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
It holds gold.
Just- Okay.
A little skittish there, Naria.
Well,
I'm
she
just gonna
opened
peek
her
in. How
eyes.
much is in there?
It holds
How much is in it?
3,000 gold.
Is there 3,000 in there?
You could tell that there's 3,000 in there. I mean, do you want
Oh.
to count? You'll be
No,
there
no,
for
no,
a
no, no.
while.
Okay, so 3,000 in there.
Yes.
Cool.
But because it's so much, they had to put it in a bag
Is it
to hold it all in.
Here comes the bag man.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm
Go ahead, reach in and just divvy it out to us.
what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna close it for now. I'm gonna tie it to whatever I have, and I'll just tell the party, "Hey, I will. There's 3,000 in here. We will split it up when we get to a safe spot."
Don't you drop a lot of stuff?
Yes.
Jedi.
I just read that shit. Oh, I love that, man. It's a simple thing. Oh, fuck. Cheers, Jedi. Cheers. Don't ever change.
It's empty, but cheers, Jedi. This game break is brought to you by Great Jedi Jack.
I didn't even think about red green color blindness. Oh goodness.
You're just a blob of gray to our boy Jedi right now.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
Oh.
So you took your new bag of holding and had it to your backpack?
Can I tie it somewhere, like really tight on the outside of my backpack? So the minute I can get rid of this, I can get rid of it.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. All right. +2. I got an 18 +2, so a non-natural 20.
Okay, you're able to tie it safely to your hip and like keep it safe and like hidden. That way no one tries to pluck it from you.
I'm so scared.
Oh my goodness.
But technically, Anaria wouldn't know what the
Anaria
bag
wouldn't
man
know.
is.
No, Anaria
No.
wouldn't
So-
know.
No.
No.
All right. Now, is there anything else that we can do for you before you head out?
We have to head out in the storm. Can we wait for it to pass?
It's up to you. You can try to wait for the storm, but it seems like it might be here. I mean, what do you think? How long do you think the storm will be here? This storm's going to be here for a while, and it will only get worse as you go north.
Oh.
Lovely.
What?
Worse
We
is
can't
like
let the
it'll actually
storm
start raining.
prevent us from going.
So the storm is north.
The storm seems to be coming from the north.
Coming from
Makes
north.
sense. There's mountains up there.
It's not natural though.
We can't
Yeah.
let it prevent us from going, otherwise the blood ritual will happen without our interference.
Well, I say we
Right.
leave as soon as possible. Are the horses back?
It sounds like it won't matter. We just need to move on.
Well, like,
you
why would
left
this-
the horses like halfway, so it will take. It's probably been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It will take a couple more before they get back with the horses.
Can we meet them on the road?
Yeah.
Or
I say we leave now.
We could stop and refill up on pastries and
Pastry Philip.
yeah,
like I could grab some potions.
yeah.
If we
pick
have-
up
if
some
we have a little bit of time.
potion And
If there's
would-
anything else we can do for you or any kind of aid we can give, please let him know, and we'll get it for you.
We need potions and ropes and traps and provisions and waters. and
And
supplies.
enough horses so we all can ride.
I just wanted
Except
some
for
new
the
clothes.
Tin Man, I don't think he needs to ride anything.
He just runs. It's very creepy.
Well, once we get our horses, we should have enough, shouldn't we?
There's someone would have to like.
Yeah, we like
share a
double up.
horse.
We double up.
Yeah, Kiwi was riding with Thormir last time.
Oh, that's such a
Right,
bad
that is true.
idea.
The
We
horse
need another.
will
That
run
poor
faster
horse.
than
Slap.
HK.
That horse.
Yeah, so we trot next to HK.
Yeah.
If
I just need to stop by the forge before we leave.
Not fruit?
yeah,
Oh,
I
Fru's
saw
still
Fru
like,
with the,
in his arms.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
She
Okay.
has
I'm
Fruit's
to
still here.
stroking Fru's beard right now.
Ha ha. Stop it, you scandal, you.
whoa,
Oh.
inspiration.
Alright, now I can't I can't help with everything that you need, but you could go to the general wares store, although potions I do have. Argon, roll a D8 for me.
8.
Alright, lucky for you. There are 8 health potions.
If you have potions, do you make these? Are you an alchemist? Potion maker?
I dabble in some of it.
I'm gonna grab my bag. Are you interested in any of these ingredients? Perhaps a trade for your potions?
Nothing that, well, that bone meal there. What are you doing with that?
Nothing.
Here's 10 gold. I'll take it off your hands.
How much are the potions? Or do I have to pay for those since I just...
The potions are free. Nope, the potions come with... he's buying this
Sick.
for his personal...
Cool. So he's just giving me potions.
Yeah.
Because we're good, because we're cool. All right, sick. Yeah, take the bone meal for 10. You're not interested in minotaur testicles, a heart, its liver, maybe?
No. No.
I also have lungs. You want those?
Yeah, I want to... Now that I'm in this situation, is there any use for any of this stuff in potions? Or any kind of alchemy that you know of?
Possibly. But if I told you, you'd just go tell everybody, wouldn't you?
I think I'm starting to learn my lesson here. I just want to. No, just go. Just go.
Before you do head out, since you all now know the name, and he goes right back to glaring at you, Aaron, do be on the lookout for him. He's dangerous. Don't trust him.
Aye, aye.
Don't let him talk. Just take care of him.
Dude on site. I heard.
Wait, who did I miss?
Don't
Like,
let
who-
him talk.
Don't let who talk?
The name
Go.
of he who shall not be
Ah.
spoken.
Yeah, good looks there, Thormir.
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, now I
Yeah.
understand.
Voldemort.
Thank God. You have
Yeah.
a smart one in the
Voldemort.
I'm much more
Where?
than a scarred, pretty face.
I do recall meeting you at the temple, though. Something about maybe taking down some evil.
I lead the way.
I think you know exactly where the temple is. I need to get back to work. I don't want to be out in the city in my disguise for too long.
Or I'm just asking. I don't know what it is exactly you're alluding to me destroying.
They're waiting for you at the temple.
All right, So I proceed to the temple.
Right? Do the rest of you join him?
Are we doing anything else right now, or and is it
Yeah.
destroying something at the temple?
Why not?
Yeah, I'd be
Before
mildly
you
interested.
Something wicked this way comes.
I will go with him because he saved my life earlier today.
Okay.
Maybe I can repay the favor.
Can I pass out potions? Who's got potions? Does anyone have potions?
I
I
currently have
could
2.
use a potion.
I could use a potion.
And Arya, you got
Well-
2 potions.
I got 2.
Okay, if Argon and Thormir can use a potion, 1-1.
Cool.
Do
Thank
you have a potion at all, Kiwi, or?
Argon, you took a short
got-
rest, so you should have
think I've got
restored,
one.
hit points too.
Yeah, I did. I'm
Okay.
just like, I don't have any potions left. I used
Okay.
them earlier
I have
last
one
session.
potion, and I have
Right
some
there.
healing abilities, so I'm
Okay.
okay.
I'll give Argon 2, and then if Kiwi you don't have any, I'll give you 2 as well. And then Thormir, if you don't have any, I'll give you 2.
I used mine on the party. Let me look and
Give-
see what I've got left.
Give them all to Thoromir. I have one. Or give my share to Thoromir.
I'll just give 2 to HK if he wants them then.
Or HK. I don't know if
Does he
I'll
drink?
use
You can,
potions.
yeah, so you can drink. It
I mean,
works
potions
somehow.
work technically on my race, but it's weird.
We make it make sense.
The application's a bit different. You don't really drink them. You kind of lubricate. you
Nah,
know?
he sticks them into his energy core in his chest, and
I need that extra lubrication for the washing machine I'm riding.
He just does.
How many are you giving me? 2?
Yeah. If you do, you have any? You don't. You're not gonna tell me what you have. Just take 2. Don't worry about it.
I was just looking to see if there were regular potions of healing or
I
not.
don't
One
know
of
what
the
they are.
ones
I don't
that
know
he
what they
gives
are
to
yet.
me, I take immediately.
So everybody should have at least 2 or so, except for Kiwi who didn't want them.
I'm set. I will use my samurai focus.
Oh, there you go. And then what kind of potions were these?
Just regular health potions.
Just
So
regular
2d4.
level 1s.
Yep.
Okay.
And before you leave, you work with potions a lot. Do you know how to make a paralyzing potion with Lilikili, rat fur, and bones?
Yes. Do you happen to have all of those?
I do.
It's quite simple. You grind them over the paper, roll the paper up, and seal it with your saliva. But be sure to spit after you seal it. If you do not, you become paralyzed.
So grind on paper, seal it up, spit, and then what else?
That's it. In order
Cool.
to use it, you'll open it up towards the individual. Or have them open it on themselves.
Cool.
As long as the powder gets on them some way, it will paralyze them.
What if they inhale it?
It will definitely paralyze them.
Yeah,
Uh,
here, take this
was-
hand-rolled cigar.
Did I listen to that? Did I hear that? Would I know how to do this?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
That sounds like a really good. I'm just gonna go. If Argon didn't hear that, I'm gonna go over to Argon and just let him know like there's a really cool way we can think about paralyzing some people with like a cigarette of sorts.
Well, that might be pretty cool, but nobody better put that shit on my cigarettes.
No. It's just for.
That would be quite funny.
If we need to infiltrate somewhere.
Okay.
Do be careful
heard.
on your way. I would like to see you guys get alive. Maybe not
That
all
was-
of you.
Sorry. I'm just gonna bury my
Very
head in the
kind.
sand.
Good luck. And he takes off to the castle. Now, for those that are following Thoromir to the temple, Thoromir, as you approach the temple, there's a couple of more religious people. They hold holy symbols in their hands and across their necks. Ah, yes. Are you the one they sent?
I am Thoromir Boulderson, cleric of Thor. How may I be of service?
Blessed be Thor. We would like for you to please take down these evil gods and get them out of our city. Do you think you could do that?
I'll do but my best. So I approach the temple and look at the statues to see which ones which altars need to be destroyed.
Okay. Now, as you approach the temple, you can see that there's 3 altars. There's 2 on the side, gods you haven't seen before that you can't really pick up, but there's the tiefling one that's right there, and you know that that one is Maloris.
And refresh my memory on Meloris as a god. I do a wisdom check. 18.
That is the god that you've heard about in the stories that summon the monsters, that brought the monsters to the world.
So I need to
and set
start
them
with
up.
his altar or statue. Which is it? Well, it's a statue.
Statue, yep. Statue, and then like a small altar for people to like go up to.
I history check the lesser gods.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's an 8.
Okay. They look godly.
Very astute observation.
Fascinating.
The
Okay.
artifact that I broke when I was younger, is the god that I broke that for in here.
No.
Okay.
All right, I approach first the altar. I hold my hammer up above my head. I pray to Thor for guidance and strength. And I smash my hammer down on the
On the Maloris
Altar.
one?
Yeah.
All right, give me a strength check.
22.
All right. As you bring down your hammer, it hits the altar. This is the first time that you guys see lightning crackle through the sky. As soon as he brings it down, that lightning shoots across. You can see the altar start to crack and crumble in a little bit.
So
I
it
think
hits
you're
the
doing a
altar
good
or
job.
just shoots across the altar? Or across the sky?
Just the sky, yep.
All right. So I can tell that it's falling apart.
Yes.
I approach the foot of the statue. Again, raise my hammer above my head, ask for Thor's blessing and guidance, and I strike at the base of one of the legs of the statue.
Okay. Give me another strength check.
18.
Right. As you bring your hammer, it hits the statue. Once again, you see lightning shoot across the sky. And this time you can see one bolt almost go down and it hits the ground. Yes.
What direction's the lightning starting from?
It's coming from the north and going due south, almost. It's crackling in between, but going south.
It's coming from Dornberg's direction.
Is the leg on the
As-
statue breaking?
It's starting to break. The statue is standing.
I give it another swing.
Same leg, or are you going for the other one?
Same leg where I've already
Okay.
started. 19. Strength check.
All right. You bring your hammer in one more time. As you hit, once again, that lightning comes. This time louder. As the lightning goes across, you hear thunder booming. And this time it brings you almost down to your knees, Thormir, as your headache hits, and you're able to break that foot of the statue. You can see it start to break, crumble. It's starting to tilt, but it's standing up still by that one leg.
Can I just kind of like sit in the middle of the room? I don't think he's struggling, but it almost looks as if he's struggling, and
Okay.
like just kind of like meditate and see if Saloon will at least offer a little bit of aid, or if she's around to do
you're
so.
gonna sit in the middle of the temple, like right behind him.
And just kind of like try to get into like a meditative state, and just try to see if
Okay.
Okay, I go to the other leg. I stand with my hammer above my head. Thor, lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brothers. Lo, there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning. Lo, do they call me. Lord Thor, they bid me take my place in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever. And I swing.
All right. Strength check.
Oh, baby, natural 20. Oh, baby, natural 20.
On this
That's
one,
perfect.
as you do it, you swing, you hit. Once again, you can feel your hammer go in and start to really crumble. Lightning, almost 5 streaks of lightning come across. They meet in the sky and they shoot straight down onto the statue of Maloris. As it hits, Thormir, you go flying back. Aron, since you entered the temple and are sitting back behind praying, you feel Thormir smack into you as you guys are pushed out of this temple.
shit.
The lightning comes down. Kiwi, Argon, and Arya and HK at your feet. You guys see Aron, Thormir rolling out, stopping right at your feet. Lightning comes down, cracks. The statues explode. First Maloris and then the other two. A cloud of dust and smoke appears as what walks out of it, what seems like the statue comes to life. of Meloris walking towards you. Well, hello, Argon and friends.
Ooh, bend down, grab my dagger on my ankle. Yeah, like this.
As you all go for your weapons, they all disappear in your hands.
What the fuck? Good thing that wasn't the good dagger.
there a rock
That was the
next
one
to
on my
me?
ankle.
Even my
That's
hammer.
unfair.
Yes,
Okay, I can pick up the rock.
Yeah.
you can try.
Okay, I want to pick up a rock.
As
Yeah,
you
you
go
took
for the
my-
rock, it disappears.
Don't even roll.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What do you want,
This-
wizard?
All of a sudden, the smoke gathers around you, and it looks as if you're in a dark sphere. No light getting through, nothing, and it's just you and him.
Is this similar to the dream I've been having?
Similar-ish, yeah.
Is it?
But we're all there together. We can all see each other. We're all
You can
I
all see
call-
each
in
other, yeah.
place.
I call light.
It was
Nothing.
it? Oh, is it the darkness that like?
No,
No. Okay.
Even holding my holy talisman.
nope. Even holding your holy talisman, there's nothing.
What do you,
said
want?
it was like a
Dolores?
battery of charge.
Thormir, you'll recognize this place is where you go to, when you pray for Thor, it takes you to this astral place.
Okay,
So your stuff doesn't work here.
gotcha.
Damn.
This is why I stay out of temples.
Big facts.
I should have just stayed my ass at home.
Oh,
Why don't you go back to Pruse, live out your days, and leave my monsters be? This is your only warning, or I'll kill you and everyone you love.
Then it'll be a death well won, and I will toast to you in Valhalla. For
That's
I bow
easy
to
for
not
you.
you, but only to Thor.
Has he been talking to you?
That is between he and I, and none of your business, foul beast.
It's my business when I kick his ass.
You're crass.
I mean, I've taken your wife. I've taken your mentor. I've taken your friend. I see somebody's got a new love in their life. Be a shame if something happened to her now, wouldn't it?
Don't you touch Geoff.
What do you mean by taken?
Tooken, not taken. It's Tooken.
it's
Tooken.
Tooken.
Different dialect. We don't even know what is Melora
Why?
speaking common, or is she speaking in our head, or he, or
It.
You can't tell if it's
It doesn't
a
know
he or a
language.
she. Yes. I take what stands in my way. This is your only warning. Hopefully, I don't see you soon. Snap. And all of a sudden, all of you are
Run.
kind of brought to your knees as you're back in the middle of Zarox. The temple broke and all the statues seem to be completely obliterated. Your weapons return to your hands. You have them still. You didn't lose them. As townspeople kind of look at you, trying to figure out what you guys are doing.
I'm gonna look over at Thormir and just be like, "What the fuck was that?"
I take my hammer, hold it in front of me, and I give my faith and my dedication to Thor for whatever he needs of me. What service he calls, I'll do my best to deliver. I reaffirm my faith.
That still doesn't tell me what just happened.
Wasn't talking to you, dork. I was talking to my God.
Dude, listen.
Now, as for what your question is, that was the astral plane. And I think we have a goat on the run, or at least worried.
but it changes
He's
little.
bluster, he's boastful, and he's worried we may interfere in his plans.
Well, if he's so boastful, I'm gonna get up and start screaming, "Get back here, you coward!" If you have
Screaming at the sky.
yeah, I'm just screaming at the side or sky. I'm stuttering. Come back, you coward!
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh fuck. Okay. I got a 17 plus 2, so a 19.
Okay. You felt a presence in your mind, but you're strong-willed and focused to kind of push it off. But you hear this like little cackle in the back of your head.
Pathetic.
So if we do
Remember,
nothing,
evil triumphs when good men do nothing.
right? If we do nothing, Maloris destroys the world. If we keep going, Maloris destroys the world. So
Maybe, and maybe not. All I know is I have to try. I ask that you come with me, but I understand if you wish not to.
Well, he said he took my mentor.
My
I'm going.
faith,
That's what I
my
was gonna
faith
say.
and my
Yeah.
life belong to Thor.
I think
yeah,
I'm
this will
gonna
make a
go
great
with
book
you
one day.
because he seemed to have maybe brought us all here together. He mentioned something that each one of us is like, except for this robot over here. But
That
like,
could easily
Who's
be
now
him
an assassin.
trying his attempts to try to keep us from coming together.
Yeah, why does he
Not-
know all this stuff? If he's been
He
in a
knows it
statue.
because he's a god. But he's worried. My opinion, he's worried. He's worried we'll interfere.
That's what the threats are
Agreed.
for.
We have him worried. Whether you wish to join me, I leave it into your own hands and your own god's hands. But I have no choice but to go.
this guy
As-
stuff.
Have my bow.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say in my axe, but I'll go with you. Yeah.
Can I feel any guidance from Saloon as to what I'm supposed to do here? Or is she still kind of like, is she just saying it's a good idea to go, or
It's later in the day. Give me let's do a wisdom check.
just straight wisdom?
Yeah.
18.
You can tell that you should still be heading in the path that you've set on.
Okay. And then I'll just ask her. I'll get tonight.
Tin Man, what about you?
Please hold.
At this point, you guys kind of see HK kind of like his head going a little bit back and forth a little bit. As he hasn't said anything, but almost like something's not right.
You okay there, buddy?
You okay?
Bam.
I'm gonna dodge.
All right, get the fuck out of the way as
I'm
soon as I see that
dodging.
hand going up.
Firebolt.
Holy shit!
It's fucking dick.
Okay.
Am I rolling for attack?
Yep, roll for an attack, and then Aron, you said you were dodging, right?
Is he attacking me? I mean, I'm dodging. I'm trying to dodge.
Okay.
Pikachu, dodge.
Give me a dex check, and then what was your attack to roll or attack to hit?
Is this a normal
Yep.
attack? Just straight plus my firebolt modifier? Ooh. That's a 22 to hit.
Okay.
I got a 15 on the die. Is that just plus dex or dex save?
Uh,
Either way,
plus,
it's
plus dex, yeah.
19.
Okay. As you go to jump, you dodge your way out of most of it, but the fireball still, you feel it go against your legs. You'll take half damage.
Okay.
Which
Well, that's okay. I rolled a 2 on the attack damage, so you
Okay.
took
Oh, nice.
I take 1 damage.
Yeah.
1 point of fire damage.
As if when he
My toe.
reached up his hand and shot the flame, you could tell like there was something trying to hold back the fire, but it released itself.
After I dodge back, can I rush forward and try to restrain him in a way?
Yeah, so
And,
go
like-
for like a grapple.
So I want to like move up, but like duck under him and come up from behind him and try to get him like this, swiftly.
So like a full Nelson
Full Nelson
on a
Yeah.
Full Nelson on a
through
robot.
the legs.
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
He's
I don't know.
pretty strong and
Okay.
big.
You just shot at me, but I'm like, oh shit, what's going on?
Give me a dex check, and then a strength check to see if you can. And then HK, if you're trying to break out of it, do a strength save.
The dex is a 13.
Okay.
And then a strength.
Probably beat me on that strength check.
I highly doubt it.
I rolled 12.
Yep.
Sure. Roll.
Oh, we'll just play it out. We'll play it by ear.
Did you roll a 1? You didn't roll a 1, did you?
I don't know. Did I?
Yeah. You
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
You did at that point.
Yeah, I rolled
Okay.
a 1. You gonna suplex my ass? What's gonna happen?
No. You go back. You're able to dive behind HK, and you go for the grapple, and you end up just kind of like face planting right on his back and falling backwards.
Smooth.
Can we tell HK? Are you in a trance or like is this intentional? Can we tell that?
Yeah,
So
sure, you
after
too.
he does his face plant, I guess, gonna turn,
Can I roll?
target him again,
I'm rolling.
but just stand there kind of like shaking. So I'm
Somebody
not
help this man.
actually attacking you, I'm just hand up like I'm going to, but I'm shaking.
Who does the
Internal
robot like
fight
the
going on.
most? I'll like shout to the group. Because it's definitely not me. I think whoever he likes the most should go stand in front of him and try and get his
No.
attention away from Aron.
He doesn't like me. Someone's zapping with electricity.
He doesn't
Juice me
like
up.
Kiwi. Kiwi slapped him with spit.
Yeah, I forgot
gonna-
about that.
I'm gonna pretend to. I'm just gonna play dead. I'm just gonna pretend
You
like
guys
I'm
just see
dead.
Aron just on the ground as HK's above him, kind of shaking.
How
his
far
sensors-
away am I
Could
from
have
him?
put. Well, sorry. As you see that, I then put my hand down. See you're on the ground. Know what happened to me. And offer my hand to help you back up.
Is he shaking at this point anymore?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna look at you cautiously, and then put my hand up.
Forgive me, meatbag.
I'm sorry about the dagger.
You were
dude.
marked for assassination for some reason.
I was marked for assassination,
Yes.
and you were supposed to kill me.
Correct.
Who?
On
where-
whose
whose
command?
orders? Yeah.
Your
You were
orders
just
just
marked for assassination.
pop up in your head.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Is it-
bummer.
Is he still currently marked for assassination, lad?
No.
Oh, playing dead work. Nice job, Aron.
You got the
Give him a little high,
cojones.
give him a
Not a
high
bear.
five.
Yeah. or,
on the ground.
yeah, or HK like robotically deleted it, you know. Well,
Does
I guess
that little
that's good
mode
news.
happen
but
often?
maybe
You
this is
just-
what. Maybe this is something that happened to him. Did Daro have an assassination contract on him?
Or
Ah.
was it this wee tiefling trying to mess with us?
That was it
Ah.
Maloris.
For the life of me, I don't know who could. I don't know anyone. Everyone I know is pretty much you guys are dead or captured. So
We've all been messed with us with our lives by this Maloris character in one form or another. He's been trying to prevent us from being here now.
I think he wanted.
It's
us
obvious.
here. I know
And
it
this
may
would
not
be an
seem
attempt
like
to
it.
split us up, make us not trust each other.
Aye. So discontent, divide and conquer.
Divide. What are we dividing?
you
He's
guys
trying
don't-
to divide our party, lad.
Oh, I thought you were saying making a plan.
I'm not doing math. I don't do math.
Me neither.
Only in the forge.
Aron, you were the one shot at. How do you feel about it?
A little upset, but it didn't seem like HK was himself. Is this some? What causes you to do this? Why can't you just snap? Because you're not human, so.
Programming, for one. It's programmed by my creator to help him kill his enemies.
And
Usually
who
the
is your
people.
creator?
A great man. He's dead, though. Died long ago.
Well, then how are you still getting assassination contracts?
I do not know.
What was the name
Never
of your
met you
master?
before. There would be no need.
I don't understand.
No, not that one.
It's Darth
Do it.
Nihilus. Get used to it. I'm just kidding.
That's not it either.
Yeah.
Darth Plagueis.
Is wise? Is there a way? Is this beneficial to you, or
yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Or are you just gonna guess down the list until you finally get it
No.
right?
No,
I mean,
I
that
didn't
makes
want
the
going
most
to.
sense, I guess.
I was like,
Google
that's.
this. Hold on.
I was like, I hope he's just pulling straight from it, but I was like, I knew
to
it.
Google.
You don't know who that is, Cap?
Darth Revan was a Jedi that became a Sith that became a Jedi again.
And became a Sith again.
Depending on which way you went, yeah.
It all depends, I guess.
He's a
Flip-flop,
little
flip-flop.
AC, he's a little DC, you go back and forth.
I mean, he was in my backstory.
Hell
He
yeah,
was named
dude.
out.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
Is this whatever just happened to you? Is this beneficial to us? Is this beneficial to you?
Well, I don't see
know
how
not
it could
what
be
you
beneficial
mean.
to us.
Like, is there a way we can prevent this from happening in the future?
Do you have a failsafe?
Unknown.
Is there?
So we can just continue on with the thought that any of us could be blasted to hell at any moment.
Yep.
I'm gonna start tinkering on you, HK.
In the words of Dre, execute Order 66.
Execute Order 66. Or was that the guy from? Yes, month's string. My string factory is this. Sorry, I just.
So as you guys are standing in the middle of
Yep.
Zarox, after this commotion you had, a guard comes up, kind of hesitantly. Argon and friends, yes?
Yes.
We have your horses at the southern gates if you would like to.
Were you able
yes.
to
Did you find
procure some
burrows?
more, 2 other additional horses, lad?
We can offer up. We've got one more, but I don't think we have a horse strong enough for. I kind of point towards HK.
He doesn't get tired. He doesn't need a horse.
Although if you'd like, I can try to see if I can find a cart or something.
A cart. Now you've got my interest.
A cart or a wagon?
A wagon could be useful. Yeah.
That way we can have more than just a day's supplies.
I'll try to gather up something. I'm a bit new, but I'll see what I can do. If you head to the southern gate, they have your horses there, and do be quick. They were kind of hard to wrangle, and one just keeps digging. I've never seen a horse dig
Burrows!
before.
And I'm gonna run towards the gate.
I'm gonna stop by the forge on the way to the gate.
Okay.
See Rorik Ricker 9.
Is anyone going with Kiwi?
Evie, I'll accompany you to
horse.
make sure your back is watched.
Much appreciated.
So the other 4 of you guys see Argon just take off running towards the gates. You guys follow to go get your other horses. Kiwi and Thormir, you start heading towards the forge, and you don't hear the hammer hitting. You don't hear anything being worked on. And as you approach, there's a guard out front.
Sir, have you seen the blacksmith?
Oh, you mean Rurik?
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, he is being looked after right now.
Do you know what happened?
Looked after.
Oh, it seems that the bandits gave him a rough time.
Let me through and offer my services as a healer.
Oh, he's actually up in the castle, and we've got our own clerics there. I'm just here to make sure everyone knows that the forge will be up and running in no time.
Can we go see him?
Yes, of course. He's just right up at the castle. They'll let you right in.
Thormir, would you like to head to the castle?
Aye. Let's go and pay our respects.
All right. For sake of time, you guys head up to the castle. They lead you into where Rorik is, and there's 2 clerics there who are working on him. You can tell he only has one hand. His other hand was chopped off. He's got a severely black eye, busted lip. They're healing him little by little, doing it as you guys all enter the room, or as you 2 enter the room.
Speak to him in Dorovish.
Oh, I'm desperately sorry, but he's asleep right now.
How long do you think it'll be before he regains consciousness?
Oh, we're hoping by tomorrow at the earliest. Apparently the bandits were giving him a rough time, and it seems as if he kept working. They caught him again. He says that he was trying to make them faulty blades.
Do you mind if I offer a prayer on his behalf to Thor?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Okay. I go forward and get down on one knee, have my hammer, offer a prayer up to Thor, and while I'm doing it, I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
So that would be every little bit counts. 1d8 plus 4. Where's my d8? There it is. That's not a d8. There. 7 plus 4 is 11. If that helps.
Okay. You go down, you put your hand on him. You can see the eyes start to not be as swollen. You kind of see him take a deep breath in. His eyes start to flicker a little bit. Where am I?
You're in the castle, lad. Evidently you had a rough go.
Like you took a pounding.
Unfortunately, it does.
Evie.
I'm speaking to him in Dwarvish, by the way.
Yeah, it's all in Dwarvish. Camaraderie.
It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Glad I was able to aid you in your time of need, lad.
They saw you aid me the first time, so they wanted to leave a more permanent mark, they said.
All a smith needs is one good arm and a hammer to swing.
I guess we'll see about that.
And I wanted to share with you the knowledge that your weapon helped save the city.
Of course it did. That metal is fine.
And I'm here to pay my debt to you. Maybe it can help with your recovery. Anything of that nature.
I think you've done enough for this town. Plus, you keep treating Frew right. You're good by me.
I'm not speaking to him. I'm going to see if I can see like his stuff anywhere around, or maybe just by the bedside.
Yeah, easy. It's like right by his bedside.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can sneak a bag of 110 gold pieces there.
Okay, give me do a stealth check.
And while he's doing that, I try to get his attention and say, "You'll be back to pounding iron in no time, lad."
Okay, so since he's distracting him, you won't have to use disadvantage on it. So just one roll.
Oh. Okay. 14.
Okay, easy enough. You're able to sneak the gold in there.
Good deal. I can delete that from my notes.
As I said, lad, you'll be pounding iron in no time at all.
Pound, yeah. We'll see.
Just keep pounding.
We'll see.
Besides, I'm sure there'll be no shortage of young apprentices willing to pump your bellows.
Yeah, I could use an extra hand. And he kind of lifts his now nub up a little bit.
Maybe you should forge yourself one.
That'll be quite the miracle there.
'Tis worth the effort, wouldn't you say?
Stranger things have happened.
I would need that metal from your ex if I wanted to do something like that.
Do you have any more of it, or know where you got it?
That is all I had.
Where did you find it, lad?
From my home village up north in the mountains.
Up north.
What village?
Just a small one on the mountainside.
Perhaps our journey will take us there. I'm from the western villages myself, but always looking to help a dwarf.
Dwarves gotta have dwarves back.
Lad, we'll do what we can to see if we can find you some more of that metal.
Good luck. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna close my eyes for a little. And he just passes right out.
Rest easy.
Okay. I am ready to depart if you are, Thormir.
Aye, lad. We have business to take care of. The business here is done.
During your guys' time, you guys head towards the southern gates, and you can kind of see the two guards are wrestling with two horses that you can tell is Charles and Trance as they're trying to like pull back at him, kind of like nipping at him a little bit. You have Burrows, who's over by the watchtower, who's just digging a decent sized hole. A guard's like trying to like push him away, and he's just going to town. And then Aron, you have your horse. What was the name?
Yakul. I changed my name's
There we
horse,
go.
or my horse's name to Yakul, because there's just too many Argo things.
Okay.
Changed it.
I'm gonna walk over to Burrows and I'm gonna approach the guard that's like waving off. I'm gonna be like, no, you just gotta let him be. And I'm gonna walk up like in front of the hole that he's digging. I'm just gonna sit crisscross applesauce. I'm just gonna watch him and enjoy our time together while
He
everybody else
sees you sit down,
reconnects.
and he flicks mud on you.
Asshole. I'll just keep watching. It's my horse. He can do whatever
We're
he wants to
having
me.
horse for dinner.
Now digging the mud directly at you.
Okay,
Sit there
fine. Fuck
just-
it. I'll stand up.
Jesus, dude.
Your horse does not like you.
No, he doesn't. That's fine. I like him. So we'll just
Maybe-
I'll just watch him
That
from
is
afar.
cool.
Maybe that's how he says I love you.
I think it is. It's just too
and
much
Arya,
sometimes.
As you approach, Charles sees you. And are you approaching him or?
Are Trances and Charles next to each other? Can I approach them both at the same time?
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Okay, I just want to go kind of in between them.
Does a 15 or a 13 hit you?
Okay, so a 15 would hit me, a 13
Okay.
would not. Because didn't we boost my class up by one with the new cloak I had? So I'm at a 14.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes. I'm sorry, I forgot to put that in.
oh no, you're fine. So 15 does hit.
Okay.
You're getting kicked.
You take 2 points of damage as you see Trance go to bite, and you like kind of step out of the way, but Charles gets you just like right on the arm as you take 2 points of damage.
I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve that. Do I have carrots that I can pull out of my bag?
Yeah, you should still have carrots.
Okay, I should still have carrots. I want to give them both a carrot. I'm
Make sure
sorry.
make sure you look in your inventory.
I didn't add. I never added the carrots into my inventory.
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta add the carrots to the inventory.
Mm.
It's not on your sheet. You don't have it.
Oh well,
No,
then
no,
if I
no,
don't
it's
have
fine.
it, that's
No,
okay.
no,
It's
no.
fine.
I conjure
Oh, no.
They
carrots.
kind of like sniff the carrots. They just
A
like
learning point.
they look at you and they just carefully grab the carrot.
I'm gonna rub their muzzles and be like, "It's okay now. It's okay."
And they kind of like spit like the root end of the carrot out at you.
Dang.
I deserved that.
You did leave these wild horses out by themselves for a whole day after you told
Saddle.
them that you were going to take care of them. Yeah, they didn't
Saddle.
like the
Sorry.
Yeah, they're still wearing the saddles that they were told that they would be out of too.
Dang.
I'm gonna kind of take my fingers like a curry comb and just kind of rub their necks because Burrows seems to be having a good time. So
We really gotta stop
Such a special
domesticating
horse.
every animal we meet.
That too.
hey, we have horses.
And I'm just gonna go speak
For
to my
now.
horse and feed him a little bit. I'm gonna speak to him and Sylve him, let him know I missed him, and reassure him.
He takes the food, it just kind of rubs up on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna nuzzle him back a little bit.
I'm already covered in mud, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next to Burrows, and I'm just gonna start digging with him. Let him know that I'm sorry and help him out with this hole.
Burrows stops. He spits at you, but then just keeps going.
No, I can't tell my relationship with this horse if it's going well or not. I'm just gonna
Well,
keep digging.
He,
if he's
he
not
rolled
just gonna
terrible
keep.
for intelligence, so
I
He
don't
didn't
think
bite
so.
you.
Yeah, just the one spit.
yeah, just the one.
What
spit
is
and,
your-
like?
All right. I'll
What
keep
is your
digging.
animal handling?
My animal handling is only a +3.
Oh well.
But yeah, I'm just digging.
Okay.
He spit on me. That's cool. I think it means he loves me.
One of the guards kind of walks up. These were slightly hard to wrangle in, so do be careful. That I thought they were more well trained than this. You should probably
We
spend
just
some more
got
time
them.
with it. I can tell. Did you steal them?
No,
Are you sure?
I promise they are wild.
They came with us on their own.
That's true. You're not there yet, Kiwi.
Oh, never mind. I'm speaking. I'm yelling.
I'm yelling.
Those horses.
Mind meld.
But we are trying to get you a cart, as we were told that you were looking for. I don't know if any of these three are going to pull it, but that one seems to know what he's doing, and he's kind of pointing towards Argon, who's just loving up on his horse. And at this time, Kiwi and Thormir, you guys will have joined them. You see Argon and his horse kind of digging, and the other two just kind of like standing by themselves, not paying you guys any attention.
Neil?
Are we ready to go? Any luck with the horses?
They're not happy, so we need to treat them very, very special for a while.
They're still here.
They're
So
still here, but they are very mad. We left them.
we didn't know we were going to be leaving
Well,
them.
we asked them to come with us, and we were going to treat them well, and we just left them.
Yeah, but we
So
had
I would
every
be mad too.
we had every intention of treating them well. It was just a were rat and all that.
Yeah, things got hectic.
The shit hit the fan.
But I do believe we can proceed with our adventure whenever they arrive with our cart, so that HK does not have to run everywhere we go.
We're getting a cart?
Yeah, we're getting a cart.
Mess them up out a wagon. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
At this point, another guard comes up. Yes, Argon and friends, we have actually found a cart. It's at the northern gates. If you'd like to carefully walk your horses across the way, we can get you all ready to go.
I'm gonna ride my horse.
Okay, easy enough. You hop on. Who is Argon? You're going with Burrows, right?
Yeah, that's
are
my
you
boy.
pulling him, or are you gonna try to ride him?
I feel like it's gonna be worse to try to pull him, so I'm gonna try and ride him.
Give me an animal handling check.
Yes, sir. Fucking 10.
These tens, dude.
you hop on. He doesn't seem happy that you're on his back, and he kind of like trots a little rough and like bumps your butt a little bit, but
Okay.
he doesn't try to kick you off.
Okay.
Who? There's Charles and Trances.
I was with Trances last time, so I'll go with Trances again.
Okay, give me. Or are you gonna pull him or try to ride him?
I'm gonna try to ride him.
Give
Animal
me
handling check.
animal handling at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Disadvantage.
Actually, I got 12 on both of those. So
Okay,
12
there you
plus 4 is 16.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just
So-
doing my math.
He's not happy, but he doesn't like try to. You're having a smoother ride than Argon is right now.
Can I just like keep patting his neck and just be
Yeah.
like, I'm so sorry.
And
You
then
didn't
who's
deserve
got who's got Charles?
I guess I've got Charles,
Okay.
and I'm not trying to ride him yet. I'm just rubbing his neck and leading him by his lead out the gate.
Or through the city, or are you going?
Wherever they're going, I'm following them.
Give me a strength check.
Dagnabbit him.
Dadgummit.
Nang, nabbit.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. 1.
As you're trying to pull Charles, you feel him just jerk your arm around as you are getting thrown around, and it's almost to the point to where he starts picking up speed and he's pulling you through the city. As you guys get about halfway, you guys see Rin kind of standing out there in the middle, and he kind of just waves over at you. Excuse me, one moment before you leave.
Whoa.
Pulling back on the reins
Well
a bit.
met, friend. I'll greet him in Gnomish.
Oh, yes. Hello. I just wanted to say thank you for all that you have done. You have
I'm gonna
all
hop
done
down.
great work. And as my way of saying thank you and for making sure that you saved this city and kept all of us safe, I wanted to say a little thank you. So, for you, Inaria, a little present. And he holds out a ring.
Thank you. I've
This
never
will-
gotten jewelry before.
This will help you with talking to your animals that you keep having some difficulties with a little bit better.
Thank you. How do I use it?
It will give you, without using like a spell slot or anything, it will give you 3 charges of talk with animals or speak with animals.
Without using a
Yes.
Ooh. Thank you. I'm so excited.
For you, Mr. Metal Man? I don't know. I've crafted this little shield. I don't know how well it'll work, but it will stay attached to your arm if you'd like it.
Sure. Thanks.
All right. So it will attach to your arm, and it will keep your hand free, so you can use 2-handed weapons while also keeping that shield on.
Well, that's pretty neat.
It like
Pretty
expands. And then
Not
That's
just yet.
sick.
How neat is that?
not just we're getting there.
Once again, I just wanted to say thank you. That's really all I have right now. I'm still working on trying to replenish my stock and get some more, but if you are heading up to Dorenburg, they've got a great wizard kind of shop up there that if it's not destroyed, you guys can stop in, and I'm sure that they'll be able to help you.
Do you
even
have a
more.
name someone we can speak to there with your
Oh.
recommendation?
Yes, of course. The name is Trayvon.
Trayvon.
Yes, he's a bit eccentric, but he'll help you out.
The shop you said a wizard wizard shop or whatever.
Yes. I'm not for sure what the name of it is anymore, But if it's still standing, which I hope it is, and I hope Trayvon is safe, he will help you out even more than I can.
Is there anything I can do for you now, my friend? And money? Do you need money? Anything?
No, I am all good.
Ren, can I ask you while he's not here, what's going on with this illusion character? You were deathly afraid of him, but now he seems to be helping us in a way.
He kind of like looks around. I have an idea. Hold on. And he goes into his shop, which is right there, and he's in there for about 5 minutes and comes out with a piece of paper or like a scroll that's rolled up, and he hands it to you, Kiwi. Do not read this until you are far from the city.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your bravery in aiding us.
Yes. Now, I will, I hope you all have a safe journey. Good luck in Durenberg. And may the gods and Thor bless you all.
And may Thor bless you with good tidings.
Thank you. And he gives Aron, he just like hugs your leg.
Is his head feeling better? I'll rub it just
Yeah.
a little light. It's a thick scruff. No.
I don't know if I want to hug you again. Ezrin then goes into his shop. You guys continue on your way. As you get to the southern gates, there is a cart there. No horse, but you can tell by this cart it will hold a good amount of rations for you, extra gear that you find, as well as safely like 2 people can sit in the back and 1 person can sit up front to hold the horses that pull it.
Cool. How many horses does it take to pull it?
It can be adjusted to where 2 can pull it.
Okay. I'll be honest, Burrows probably isn't pulling a wagon. He needs a little more special attention than just being a wagon puller. So I'm just probably gonna have to ride next to the wagon.
Didn't they say they were going to give us an extra horse? They had one.
Unfortunately, we had to use the horse for other means, but we have the cart for you. It's a way of saying, hopefully making up for it.
I would think maybe Trances and Charles lead the cart.
Between the 2.
I'm not sure
They're
you're cool as
very
a
mad
cart
about
horse.
They're very mad right now.
Well, they wouldn't have to wear their saddles if they were pulling the cart.
True, there wouldn't be saddles. There would be.
It'd be more reins than
You
anything
can
else.
keep them. You can keep them on the saddles, and somebody ride them if you want, if you need to make sure you all have a riding spot. HK, you will be able to. It looks like the cart will be able to hold you.
Cool, because that was the whole point of the cart.
Yeah.
Am I driving this fucker?
Fuck it, why don't you want to? You haven't ridden a horse yet. You want to drive the horses?
I have proficiency in land vehicles, sir. Go fuck
Oh,
yourself.
you're driving.
I'm gonna run you and your goddamn digging a whole horse into the ground.
How many people can sit in the cart?
2 in the back, and then 1 steering the horses.
So that's 3. We have 3 horses.
You have
We
4
have
horses.
4 horses.
4 horses. But I don't think
3.5.
Aaron is going to want to put his proud beast up on a wagon.
Nah, yeah, he doesn't pull wagons.
Kiwi can ride with
He's get off his high horse.
Aron, and then
He's an-
Thormir, and then Arya
the
can
cart.
ride in the cart.
Yeah, it sounds like Charles and Trances are going to need to pull it.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
scouting ahead nimbly.
So essentially, Argon and Aram will have Yakul and Burrows. They'll be on their own. 2 of you will be able to in the back of the cart. HK will be driving and then steering, and 1 of you will have to sit on either Charles or Trances.
So it's going to take both horses to pull the cart.
Yes.
Mhm.
Should have asked.
I
me
can
on a
try to
wagon.
sit on one, but I might not be the best person to.
You
Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll sit on one.
Can I activate my new ring
Yeah, of
without
course.
using a spell slot?
So
Okay.
you just run your fingers over the ring, and it activates.
First off, I'm look at Pike and say hi. Hi, Pike. You doing okay?
I'm sorry.
Pike, okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can talk to me. You can understand me again.
I can understand you. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. That last rat was really weird. I don't want to eat that again.
Okay,
It
we
was-
don't have to
it
eat that
was-
again. It looked weird.
It looked fishy.
It had gills.
It had. Oh yeah, that's that what that was.
That was gills.
I
It breathes
didn't like that.
underwater. Well, we ain't got to eat that again.
Oh, okay. You ate one too?
No.
Oh, that's gross.
I'm just gonna pat his little head and kind of like rub my fingers through his little feathers, and I'm gonna look down at Trances.
You've got big fingers.
I do have big fingers compared to you.
I guess fingers. Oh shit.
It's like great.
That's fucking
Okay.
scary.
Okay, I'm gonna look down at Trances and kind of just like rub his neck and just be like, "Hey," and kind of coax him into like, "Hi, I can talk to you again."
Oh, Charles, she can talk to us again. Oh, bloody hell. Thank God. Yes.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry too. Sorry we agreed to this.
I am so sorry. Is there anything I can do to make this journey better?
We're having the time of our lives.
Burrows looks like he's having fun.
No offense,
having
but
a
he's
great
an
time.
idiot. And you can hear, like, are you, like, riding around, Argon, with Burrows?
Yeah, I'm like right next to the cart, like just trotting next to
You
it.
can hear Burrows just kind of, I like mud! I like mud! Whee! Yeah.
He may be an idiot, but
having the
he's
time of
having
his life.
fun. Yeah, he's having the time of his life.
Oh,
It beats getting kicked by hill giants, so we'll take it. But if we could
Best.
please, the next time we stop, take these cursed saddles off of us.
Yes, I actually have a way that we are so out of game. They take their saddles off to be hooked up to the wagon. They can.
Yeah, they can.
Okay. They can. Okay.
Only one, though, because Kiwi will be riding the other unless he wants to ride it bareback.
No,
Ooh
I
la
prefer to have
la.
a saddle. Horse are not much for horsemanship in the first place.
Evie, do you want to switch spots here? Then I'll ride bareback and you ride the wagon.
Up to you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Trances Charles, I got an idea for you here. Why don't we go ahead and take these saddles off? We can put them in the back of the wagon. And if you guys would help pull this wagon, we can at least get the saddles off of you.
That seems doable.
Seems doable. Okay. One of us has me. I have to ride one of you. Do you prefer me to do that with a saddle or no?
As long as you can hang on,
I can hang on.
we'll see.
Oh, are you going to make this intentionally difficult?
They just kind of stopped talking.
Okay. So they said they would be willing to be hooked up to the wagon. We just got to take the saddles off. And does anybody mind helping me get the saddles off of these two?
I'll help.
Go for it, horse whisperer.
All right. Those that are taking the saddles off, animal handling check with advantage because they want these off.
Like, get this shit on.
19 plus 4, 23.
Easy.
Cool.
17 plus, where's my animal handling? Plus 6. Oh, 23.
Yeah, easy. You guys get those off like pros.
I'm just
And
going
they
to
kinda,
toss
like,
mine in the back of the
shake a
wagon.
little bit. Okay, hop on
That feels better, doesn't it?
a little bit.
Who do you guys want me to ride for this part of the journey? Do you guys have a preference?
They say at the same time, that one. As they kind of like head nod towards each other.
The headbutt. How about we do half and half?
Is she gonna
That
ride both of us at the
sounds-
same time? I have no idea.
What the fuck?
I'm just picturing the girl at the rodeo straddling two horses
Right.
with the reins,
Yeah, standing on top.
Standing on both of them.
standing on their back.
Doing the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, dude.
Oh,
Like just the splits on the two horses. Just
No, that would be a very awful ride.
Right.
How was that one more
Lots
time?
of Constitution shaves.
Oh, jeez. Trances, do you mind if I ride you for half of the journey and then the other half I will ride Charles? And that way at least we can split it.
That should be fine.
This is
trying to keep a
great.
straight face.
Mike, isn't this great?
This is something.
Oh, what do I need to roll for this?
Nothing as of yet. Are
Nothing
are
as
you
of
guys
yet,
all
okay.
ready to start heading out towards Durenberg?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. As you get the saddles off, you get all your belongings, you get situated, you know where everyone's going to be.
And her supplies.
Did you need to stop for the supplies?
I would have questioned him from the young guard.
Which
I told him we
supplies?
needed supplies, food.
Oh yeah,
The food, the feed for more than a day because we
yes. So
have a wagon.
yeah, you do have food and you have rations for each of you. You have feed for the horses. There's rations for each of you to last 5 days. So plenty of time to get towards Durenberg and make it there. You should have like 2 days extra in case anything happens or goes wrong. So as you all head out, before we start this adventure, we'll take a quick break.
Yeah. We take old people out to the back and just.
So as we continue our adventure, good
In a
lord,
puddle, face down.
we feel
A little bit of gas.
Too much. As
A little
you
bit of
guys
gas on the
head out, Inaria, give me an animal handlings check to make sure you can stay on the horse without a saddle.
8 plus 4, 12.
It's a bumpy ride, but you guys are able to get through.
I'm
HK,
not gonna
give
say that.
me since you're steering, do an animal handlings check and add your proficiency bonus.
I drive land vehicles.
I don't fucking do. You doubt me? It's on my fucking sheet. Oh wait, you can't see it. Haha. Oh, sorry. 15.
Okay.
And there you have it.
You guys are able to, Inara, you have a bit of a bumpy ride, but you guys are able to head off towards Durenberg. This is now later in the evening. It's probably like 6 or 7, so you'll be able to get a couple hours of leadway up the road before you probably have to stop, take a rest for the evening. As you start to head north, you can see those storm clouds, they haven't really disappeared. The thunder's kind of calmed down, but as you're heading north, you can see they're getting darker and darker as you go. They almost seem as if they're getting thicker too, like they're coming lower to the ground as they're just not letting through any light. You can't see the sun, the moon. It kind of starts to disorient your sense of time. If it wasn't for feeling sleepy, you kind of have trouble telling what time it is. You guys go along the road. Argon and Aron, since you guys are off on your own, give me perception checks.
If it's getting dark, would Argon have advantage?
Yeah. It's not advantage.
Not
it's just
advantage, he just not
at-
disadvantage.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20 non-natural.
Okay.
16.
As you guys are riding, you get that sense of eyes again. Not eyes of like somebody about to attack you. It's just watching over you. Someone keeping their eye on you. The same eyes that were back in the leadway from Pruz to Zarox. and it seems as if you guys start to think about it. The eyes are only when you're in the forest or traveling along the forest.
And is there like bushes? Like, is it like there's a road and then it's like taller
Yeah, you've got
forage?
so you have a dirt
area.
road. It's a
Foliage.
bit muddy. It seems as if it's rained up here. You've got like the normal forest, a couple bushes, not as many though.
Okay. So I want to just like take my horse off the trail a little bit, just like 5 feet or so,
Okay.
and then I want to cast Fairy Fire, so that anything in a 20-foot cube radius is gonna get blasted by a like outlined in a light, so I can see if there's anybody around us.
Excuse me. And that
So it's a dex
Dex?
save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the save on it?
12.
Okay. So you guys see Argon kind of go into the forest a little bit, and this blast of light and energy come out. And as it does, nothing seems to light up. Nothing draws your attention.
I'll just look over at Aron and just be like, well, it was worth a shot.
While I'm
kinda-
riding in the back of the wagon, can I use this time to commune with Thor and try to take like a long rest?
You wouldn't be able to do a long rest, but you can try to commune with Thor if you'd like.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Can
Still.
I?
Yep.
I was just gonna like make a perception check,
For.
just to look around my surroundings, just like if, even though like I feel the eyes, do I see anything? at all?
Yeah, no, you don't see anything. I won't let you
Okay.
read. That's we'll keep that for a few hours. But you don't see
Okay.
anything. Thormer, you don't get any word of Thor. No response. Seems as if his hands are still a little full at the moment.
I reach out to Odin, his father, and offer a prayer for Thor's safety.
Okay. As you guys are traveling down the road, a couple hours go by. You start to feel tired. The clouds are not letting through any stars or any moonlight. It's getting tough to tell what time it is. You continue on. Nothing really peaks up. You start to see the night start to come to life. You see more owls coming out. You see more nightlife kind of roaming out a little bit in the forest. You're starting to feel sleepy from the day. What would you like to do?
Has like the eyes presence just lingered with us, just like our
Yep.
whole time, essentially? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm starting to think that this might be Maloris. I'll just like say that to the group.
Do the eyes feel malicious?
Just
Yeah.
watching.
Just watching.
Just watching.
Well, either way, we're gonna have to rest sometime, and I'm sure the horses would like a nice rest and some feed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We need to make camp.
Is there a stream anywhere that we could set up by, so that the horses can have water?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. 16.
From what you can tell, there's nothing that shows like signs of water nearby. You can go out into the woods to see if you can't find something, or
Oh, yeah. I'll venture and see if I can't see anything, like within like a couple 100 feet away from the
Okay.
group.
And Alaria, you're the ranger. Can you perhaps tell if there's some nice place to make camp?
Can I tell if there's a nice place to make camp? Is there any clearings?
Uh,
Any?
you can tell that there's probably some clearings somewhere in these forests. You're not familiar with these forests in particular, so you might have to do some searching. But you can tell that there's probably somewhere that you could rest, either to the right or left.
Have
We
to
have
get
two
the cart to
places.
the clearing.
Yeah. So we got some clearings ahead, but I don't really know these woods that well.
As long as we can navigate the cart, let's try to find some place to make camp.
Can I just make a survival check real quick to see? I mean, we can just stop anywhere essentially, but is there an ideal location or something?
Yeah, give me a survival check.
10 plus 8, so 18.
There's nothing that seems more ideal than another place. It seems like any place could be good. It might be a little tough getting the cart through with some of the clearances.
Mhm.
It'll take some navigating, but should be able to get through there.
Okay, I'll just point out like a shadowy spot if I see one and say that sounds good. It's over that way, out of
So
cover.
you guys see Aron kind of point off to the right a little bit.
And then also like a survival check to see if there's any plants around that I would know that like the roots are like moisturous, but if that's a word, to like feed to the horses. That way they can eat and get a little bit of like water or something.
We'll probably have to share our water.
Yeah, you could give me a check.
This is the 13.
There's not a plant that's sticking out more than another that could, nothing like full of water or nothing that has a flower that's very moisturous.
Hey, cool. That's
As I
official
said, we'll
now.
probably have to share our water.
Can I tell if the trees, if we're able to like spile them?
You should be able to if you have the tools for it.
So we'd have to have a spile specifically.
Yeah.
Can I make a spile?
Ooh.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I don't either.
So you can like
So-
hammer it into a
Yeah,
tree
sort
and
of
it brings
tap.
water out.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
Google.
All I thought of was like the scene from Hunger Games where she hits it into the tree to get water.
It's like a tap or whatever.
That's the-
Also, how a lot of people do maple syrup too.
Were you channeling
Yeah.
madness?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have the. I don't think you would have the stuff in your inventory to make one.
Can the Minotaur horn do anything?
I mean, what do you need to make one?
It's a spile is a
Okay.
small wooden or metal peg.
Yeah.
So could I make a
Okay.
bone spile?
I mean, you just find
Yeah,
a
you
nice
can
thick piece
try.
of wood.
You gotta
and
find one
just-
that's moisturous.
We'll call this a survival check
Okay.
to see if you can't. Minotaur lungs.
I added those today. 14 plus 4 got an 18.
You put them on. She picked.
Oh shit. You are able to make a spile out of a unicorn horn.
Unicorn
Unicorn?
A
horn.
unicorn
Or
horn.
Minotaur. Sorry.
Mm,
Minotaur.
Man, we slayed a unicorn? Hell yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, let's
Ooh,
go.
That's
I'm
I'm
actually
gonna
what
show
I
the
bad.
party.
It's better.
So
We're
we
about
have a
to meet
spile.
one. We have
We
a
can get one
spile.
of that
Nice.
way.
Ooh.
I'll
Hey.
return empty-handed from my 200-foot journey and see that there is flowing water coming out of a tree, and just put my head under it and get a sip because that was exhausting.
Okay. You guys find a little clearing. HK, give me one more animal handling check to see if you can get through safely.
14.
All right, you bump on some trees, but you're able to get through just fine.
Do we have
You-
like a bowl?
Yeah, you could probably find one.
Findable.
Like in all the stuff that they gave you.
Oh, okay.
In the supplies, lad. In the supplies.
Yeah.
In the woods.
So you guys all set up camp. You get cozy and make sure the horses are fed, watered.
Curry combed.
Oh shit. I was.
Burrow's got a hole going for the night.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Was
We make sure the horses are curry combed so they feel better after all that work.
That's what makes him feel better. He doesn't need anything else.
I'm
don't
talking
think
about
that
the
horse
other
needs
two that were
anything.
actually working.
He worked getting me here.
Yeah, our horses are working.
Burrows stops and looks up.
Oh,
You just keep
he's-
doing your thing, bud. And I'll
Let's go
give him a
here.
nice little pat on the side.
Oh,
He goes back.
Burrows want curry comb too?
The curry comb. You guys are using
Curry
horse
comb.
over here.
No.
I can't with the
Scratches them
horse
and gets
lingo.
rid of,
I don't
like-
know.
Like moisture build up and gets rid of hair, and you like
Yeah.
do it in circles, and
It
it
gets
feels
rid of
Oh.
it gets rid of mats and
A hairbrush.
like where they were wearing their saddles and the straps. It keeps them smooths out the skin and the hair,
Is it just a
Takes
big
out
ass horse
knots.
brush?
pretty much.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
pillow fluffer.
Like a
Refluff the hair.
It also gets rid of the dead hair and the loose hair. Keeps their skin healthy.
Alright, you guys all set up. What do you guys want to do for your rest?
I need to work on Pike's little thing, and then just doing my hourly thing. But before I do my hourly thing, maybe I'm gonna have Stormir, like, just any tips on how he gets closer to his god when he's meditating, because I'm trying to get closer to Saloon, and just how he goes about getting into his like zone and able to talk to Thor.
I want
I
to
met-
eavesdrop on that conversation. Not be a part of it, but eavesdrop on that conversation.
Lad, I offer up my devotion and my prayers to Thor. That's why I dedicate so many of my actions to Thor. For his goodwill and to show my faith. And just be true and faithful. That's all you can do. If the gods are going to favor you, they will.
But not only must my thoughts be right, but I should project my goddess through my actions as well.
Thoughts and actions should be one.
Thank you. I may come to you for further advice, and then I'm gonna go.
I'm
and work
always
on
here
this
for you,
thing.
lad. I'm always here for a fellow warrior. That doesn't look right.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, but that did not look right when I looked up.
I'm just happy.
I guess. I offer up my prayers to Thor, and I include Odin for Thor's well-being, and then I take a long rest.
I'm gonna take a look at the map and try to figure out how long we expect it to take to get to Dorenburg. It looks much further than from Prus to Zarox that we've traveled before.
To Dorenburg, it will take you, with being on horseback, about 2 full days, 2.5, if anything happens.
We're only what, a half day into it at this
Mhm.
point. Okay. So we're too close to open that scroll. I'm just gonna take my long rest as well.
Is that a little bourbon you were sipping?
It's actually white wine, but I put it in a bourbon tumbler.
Ooh,
Ah, you sneaky.
that's good stuff.
She brought the whole
Buying
bottle.
German Riesling.
That's a good Riesling.
Buying is in $10. at
You
Kroger.
don't have to have a Riesling to drink it.
True.
He's be able to get a fifth for $10.
Who is taking first watch?
I can take the first watch.
Okay.
I can overlap 2 hours before I meditate. It's like work on Pike's jerkin for an hour, do my meditations for an hour, and then stay up for like 2 more hours.
Okay.
And, like,
And then I can take the lap.
Scout around though. I would like to actually be scouting around and not just sitting in the camp.
Okay. Are you doing the first 2 hours all of that, or are you want to do?
Uh,
watch? That will
First
take
2
up all-
hours,
Yeah.
I want to be working on the stuff,
Okay.
and then the next 2 hours patrolling around. A little further out though, and then meditate after that.
Okay. So Aron, you'll take the first 2 hours. Roll a perception check. Or Argon,
Nice.
I'm sorry. The R's.
That is a 19.
Okay. So the first 2 hours, you can. Everyone's taking their rest. You hear Aron busy to work. The night continues. You hear the clouds you see the clouds kind of still moving, covering the sky, and light thunder start to happen. You hear some crackling, and you start to feel little drips of rain start to happen and come down.
Is Thoramir still awake at this point?
Nope, asleep.
Okay. I'm not too concerned, so I'll just continue with my watch. I want to kind of like find like a stone somewhere if I can, and take 2 of the daggers off my ankle during my watch and just kind of sharpen them on the stone.
Okay, easy enough. You find some stones. You start to feel the rain start to just kind of a light drip, 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 just coming down, almost building up a little bit. Next 2 hours go by. Who is taking? So Aron, you're going to take the next 2 hours. Full focus on the watch.
Yep.
And then Argon, are you staying up? And with him?
So I want to stay up for maybe like an hour with him and talk to him about the conversation that he had with Thormir and like connecting to a god. So
Okay.
Aron, what are you trying to do when you're reaching out to your goddess or whoever you're reaching out to?
Well, at first I was just meditating and just kind of using my thoughts to speak to my goddess, and she would send me visions and feelings, and the hard part is really trying to interpret those. I asked Thormir for a little help because I'm trying to speak to her more directly, but he said that not only must we be vigilant in our thoughts, but we have to show through our actions that we are also devoted to our goddess or god that way. I'm really still kind of new to this. In my clan, I was more of the hunter protector. The females did all of the religious stuff and talked to the gods. So this is new for me.
Yeah, it's very
As-
new for me too. I'm not trying to so much get in touch with a god, but every night my best friend who was killed in front of me comes to me in my dreams, and recently they've been getting realer and realer, and I can feel him physically attacking me. And I recently just found out that he's still alive and he's working with the guy who's trying to hunt me down.
Yeah.
But if he's visiting me in my dreams, I'm wondering if there's a way that I can contact him. So I just wanted to reach out to you and see if you had any experience with maybe seeing somebody not a god in your dreams or in your meditations.
Well, before we left cruise a few nights ago, I tried to reach out to Saloon, but a voice that I haven't heard told me that she can't solve all of my problems. And before I met all of you, I had a vision about my village again, which seemed to be real, much like your dream is. It seemed to be real to me. I could feel the heat of the flames. I felt real anger as my child was held in front of me, and
It's scary.
I'm just asking Saloon for guidance on that to help me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I'll let you get to your watch. I'm gonna go see if anything changes in the dream tonight, I guess. I'll climb up a tree.
Heard I'm a Naruto run into the woods.
All right. As you guys are having your conversation, you can hear kind of some rustling happening in the woods a little bit. Nothing to steer you away. Aron, give me a perception check.
Percepted. 17.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys have your talk. The rain starts to come down a little bit heavier now. You can start to feel kind of like soaking through your clothes. You feel a chill in the air. Thunder still at a low. Lightning kind of starting to crackle across the sky. And every time the thunder rumbles or lightning crackles, you kind of hear it's almost like something's moving. Something's shifting in the woods a little bit. Are you running through the woods?
Running through the woods? No, but I would be like, combing the woods, not just sitting in camp, like watching. I want to be combing the woods around. So if I do hear or see something or hear that, I'd like try to stealthily make my way there. Also using the thunder and lightning as my own cover. Seeing if I can't pinpoint them. It's a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah. Give me one more perception check.
$19.
As you're walking through the woods, you hear what sounds like something knocking, almost like on a crossbow, about to take aim.
Okay, I'm going to use my faith in Saloon, even though I cannot see it. I'm going to trust that she will guide my shot. I'm going to take a shot in what I believe to be where that came from.
Okay. Roll
Faith.
roll it with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna suck. Okay, that's a. What is my to hit? A fucking. Okay, that's a 15. And 24. So a 15.
Okay. You close your eyes, you pull back, you release, and you hear as something screams out as you hit.
Ah!
Does that wake us?
Yeah, does that wake us up?
It'll Aron, it will get your, or Argon, it will get your attention, and HK, it will get your attention.
Can I now like rush to the sound?
Does a 16 hit you though?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, meets it beats it. Yeah.
As you take 4 points of piercing damage as you release your bow, but you feel this impact of a crossbow bolt. Oh, I'm sorry. Damage for your hit as well.
Oh. No class feature damage, just the 2d8.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be 6 plus 6 piercing damage and 5 moonlight for a total of 17.
17.
Uh-huh.
Jeez. Okay.
With my 120 feet of dark vision, can I see what's happening down below me from my tree?
Give me a perception check.
23?
Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 6 trees. Give me a D6.
D6.
See which tree you're under.
1.
You see, as you look down, you can see the the arrow that Aron shot. The light from it kind of helps, and you see this green little creature kind of get hit by this arrow. As you see a goblin holding a crossbow
Oh, shit. Okay, right under my tree.
right under your tree.
Nice.
At this time,
good.
you also hear these two coming from opposite ends as standing up, kind of pushing down trees a little bit, 2 trolls follow up with these goblins.
Oh,
That is enough
snap.
to wake everybody up.
Sound the alarm.
I'm
Intruder!
assuming we just complete our long
Yeah.
rest.
I can just picture
I know I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get a long rest either.
Not
That 4
yet.
points is actually
I'm
kind of like,
assuming
we just
completed,
wait,
yeah.
wait.
Since I'm an elf, did I get a long rest?
No, because they haven't finished their watch. So 2 would be 4 hours, so you have not finished yours yet either.
Oh, I thought mine was 4 hours.
It hasn't been 4 hours. It's been like 3.
Oh, it hasn't.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it's a
been like
3.
three.
Okay.
So
Let's
this is
kill
like
these things
waking
and
you
get
up
back to
in the middle of
sleep.
the night. Yeah.
Oh, I stand
Okay.
up and call light on my hammer.
Right, before we get to all that,
Just picture HK's like sirens, like, woo!
Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah.
Who is this Will Robinson you speak of?
Miniature meat bags of Rotary. Permission to decapitate, master. Yes, permission granted.
Oh,
Every
no.
time.
I shoot them with extreme prejudice.
Crush, kill, destroy.
there it is.
Is that wrestling?
What?
Crush, kill, destroy. Crush.
No,
kill,
that's
destroy,
from that's
destroy,
actually a
destroy.
quote from the original Lost in Space premiere episode.
There's a third one.
Those
anymore.
look like goblins.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's on WWE vs
Alright.
SmackDown, 2006.
So,
True classic.
everybody, roll initiative. For those that were asleep, your first turn will be waking up.
Oof.
I think I'll be waking up last. I rolled a 6.
Kiwi 6.
Ooh, damn.
19.
19 Thoromir.
17 for Argon.
17 Argon.
11 Anaria.
11 Inaria.
On an 18 plus 8 for 26.
Ooh. Plus
8?
26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 not natural.
Dirty 20.
Heard.
The dirty
30,
20.
20.
Dirty 20.
Does that sound like a bareback moment?
ain't saying nothing no more.
Gow. You're about to go in dice trail.
And
Nah,
on
keep
to
using
the
it.
goblins and trolls.
It is nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You got really close to us.
Yeah, you guys on watch suck.
They were talking.
Fucking idiots.
Well,
Wow. Way to go.
Technically, I was on watch too, but I didn't care.
yeah.
oh, yeah, right. You're always awake.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. You were just like, yeah, here they come. This will be
You
fun,
are
though.
the security.
This will be hilarious.
Oh my god.
Which one takes an
Oh,
arrow
wait,
first?
Yeah,
Oh, is
when
that
your-
guy?
When your sentry droid doesn't sentry very well. Like, no. Assassin droids.
I'm an assassin, not a sentry.
Yeah, you have more dexterity than a troll, I would hope. All right, top of the order. Aron, you are up.
Okay. So. Yeah.
As these goblins seem to have made themselves aware, they're hiding behind trees with their crossbows targeting you guys. Actually, real quick, you would have been over here. And Aron, since you rolled a 1 and we're in the tree, you're in that tree.
And there's no other sources of light except for lightning every now and then or whatever.
Or fire.
Yeah.
Fire, yeah.
Well, the
That thing
fire
in
would
the
have
middle.
gone out because the rain.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
rain knocked it out.
Yeah, it's like dark and rainy.
So you've got the lightning above.
Come on.
But that's about it. And the storm is like covering the stars and stuff, so sick. So if they rely on dark vision to see me, I'm invisible. So I'm going to target this troll that is right in front of me, underneath Argon's tree there, with my first attack. And since I'm invisible and he doesn't see me, do I make these with advantage or no?
Yeah, this would be advantage.
I heard. All right, so my first attack, 19 on the die, and 16 on the die, so a 29 to hit.
That misses.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
a hit. Crazy.
shit.
Okay, and so then I'm going to make my additional, I'll roll the damage for this one first, and then roll my other one. Is that okay?
So roll your normal damage for this one, and then.
Yeah, because I get an extra attack, so I'm gonna roll my second attack after I roll damage for this one.
Okay. Yes.
Cool. That way I'm not trying to roll like 6 dice at once or whatever.
Oh, why not?
What attack roll just missed?
no, it was
I
a joke.
joking. I was joking.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
my lord.
Yeah, that's bullshit. We're not level 20 yet.
No.
Okay, so 6 plus 6 is 12 piercing damage and 4 moonlight damage. So 16 total damage, and then here's my second attack.
You said 4 moonlight.
Yeah. 15, 23 to hit. 23 hits.
You say 15 plus 23?
No, 15 plus 8 is 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hits. Sorry.
Well, it's actually
I was
15
"Gee,
plus
what are
10.
you doing?"
It's 25. No, it's yeah,
Okay.
20. Okay, and so this
It's a
attack
high-powered sniper rifle.
this attack gets 3d8s. So 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 3 is 14 piercing damage, and then 8 moonlight damage for 22 on that one.
All right, as Aron knocks his arrow, seemingly almost invisible to everything around, flings his arrow, pulls back, flings another one as these moonlight just glistens off of them. And as they do, it kind of highlights his shadow just a little bit enough. It strikes the troll as you hear the troll as it is angry and infuriating, seeming like it's about to charge forward.
And then I would like to move as well. What do I get? I don't get anything. Yeah, I get extra 10 feet of movement. So, fuck, all these trees are kind of taking it. If 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. Damn. I want to move all the way south of HK to that tree down there.
Right
Cool.
there.
Yeah, that works.
So you guys see Aron shoot off his 2 arrows and then takes off down the same way that you guys kind of came into the woods. With that, HK, you are up.
So I saw where the arrow struck, and I'm going to head towards Zet Troll and fuck him up. Assassinate it with my special mace. Oh no, stat chart's over here. One of these days I'll remember that, since your item is a placeholder. 25 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
D8 plus 7. For 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. You guys see HK walk up. He used the war mace and hit the troll as it's looking right down at you now. And is that your turn?
Fuck it. I'll whip out my Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
So my little spider turret on my shoulder again.
Transformers over there.
It's in force ballistic configuration.
Okay, perfect. So you guys see HK, his little spider turret, appear on his shoulder, getting ready to fire. As it's now this troll's turn, he's going to start moving in towards camp. And Thormus, since you're right there, he's going to go for a swing at you. Plus what to hit? Holy shnikes, they got a plus 22 to hit.
He hits.
All right, you see him bring down his
Ouch.
claws and smack for. Make sure. Yeah. Nope. Those are not that mean. That's mean though. 10 points of damage as the troll comes over you and just smacks down. With that, Thormir, you are now up. You're starting to wake up, shake off the sleep in your eyes, and standing ready to go toe to toe with this troll.
Okay. Using War Priest.
Well, that was you gotta spend one turn waking up. You, Kiwi, and Inaria.
Wonderful.
All right. With that, Goblin 2. This goblin, he's gonna see you kind of bolt. Well, you know what? Because it is dark. Oh, it's dark vision, so he can see you as you bolt. Takes off, doesn't see you. He's gonna aim at HK as he saw you walk up towards the troll.
He can certainly try.
A 20 to hit, non-natural.
Oh, wow! Actually does.
Yeah, I rolled an 18. I was like, ooh, I might actually hit HK.
I'll let you do it.
For 2 points of damage.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
Right, you just ting. As these are crossbow bolts, it would normally do piercing damage, so it's only a little bit of bludgeoning damage on you. Just kind of feel a quick little tap almost.
Somebody scratch my paint.
All right, with that, Argon, you are now up.
So I would be sneak attack, right? Because I'm in the tree against the troll. Like if I wanted
yes,
to jump out.
The troll does not see you.
So I want to grab my strange dagger from my hip.
Okay.
We're gonna jump out of the tree onto the troll's like on a stand, like jump on his shoulders, so his head is like in between my legs. And then I
Okay.
want to like stab him in the face.
Okay.
And then I want to use my evasive maneuver to jump to the next tree over where that other troll is.
Okay. So when you jump down on the goblin, you're basically like you're sitting on his shoulders, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but I want to try and stand on his shoulders. I don't know if that'll work though. Maybe I should try to sit.
Throw a rope around his neck and then.
No.
No, it's what I was going more for like
It's
Goblin wrangling.
an eye stab.
You tell me. I just want to make sure.
I want to try and execute it like the way I want it to look. So I want to try and jump and land standing on him and try and
Okay.
stab him and jump back off.
Give me a dex check to see if you can land on his shoulders.
Okay, that's a nat 20. So yeah.
Okay, you land on his shoulders. However, he rolled terribly for his strength. As you land on his shoulders, because goblins are kind of smaller, you take him completely down to the ground.
Wait, I wanted to jump on the troll. That
Oh, you're
HK
jumping on the
facing.
troll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Then you're good.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was
so I
like-
wanted to jump on the troll and then jump to this tree where
Okay.
this other
It's like
goblin
you're jumping
is.
on a goblin. There we go. Backwards. All right.
Yeah, okay.
You land on top of the troll.
Rolling to
Roll
hit.
for a hit.
That's a not natural 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
And that's a 8 damage. And then I want to do the sneak attack damage. So he's getting 2 more. 5 plus 8 plus 5. Fuck me, I hate math. I don't know. Public
13.
schooling
5,
really
13.
failed me.
That's, so 8 piercing and then 5 sneak.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's gonna make.
Public school system really failed me.
He makes it just barely. You guys see Argon jump on the troll's shoulder, bring the strange dagger down. You get him right in the eye. He just as he goes to kind of clap his hands above his head. You evasive maneuver, jump, and you said you're going for this tree.
Yep.
All right. Give me another dex check.
Okay. That's a 14.
Okay. You almost slip out of the tree, but you're able to like grab the tree limb and like pull yourself up and steady yourself ready for the next attack.
Cool. That was fucking sick.
All right. With that, this goblin, after getting hit, tries to look for who hit him, knocks back another arrow, sees an Arya waking up, is going to take aim and fire. That one's now gone. That was my good one, too. Yeah, 'cause I rolled 2. Son of a bitch. He shoots completely missing you as you're kind of like stretching the sleep out, and because of that stretch, it just goes wide over you.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
This goblin is going to hear you, Aron, as you jump in the tree. It's going to take its crossbow, aim up, and fire at you.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does, hold on, I gotta grab the one I dropped because I just rolled a 2 and then a 1. As he goes to fire back, the crossbow bolt goes straight up in the air. You can see it turn and it comes straight down. As you hear him, as he hits himself, of course it's max damage. Why would it not be max damage? Why do I kill my own creations?
Thank you.
Thanks for helping.
Thank you, a great voice in the sky.
As it
Yeah.
hits him right in the eye, and he starts running out blindly this way. With that, Inari, you're now up. You're waking up, getting ready. You knock an arrow, prepared for your attack. With that, you're muted.
Can I use the bonus action, or is that possible?
No, you'll have to use like this whole turn, like getting ready and
Okay.
getting all your stuff ready to go. With that, it is this troll. As HK, you see this troll in front of you. He's looking kind of beat. He's gonna take both hands and bring him down, or he can try. He does 8, 7, 11, 18. Jesus.
No.
As he brings it down, you're able to just step back. He misses. As it goes in for a bite attack, trying to get you as you're stepping back. That's 17. Nope. As it drops both claws, and as you're able to just step back, dodging this troll. Kiwi, you're now waking up. You're starting to look around. You see the goblins. You see the trolls moving in, preparing for an attack. You grab your axe at the ready. And finally, the one that rolled a natural 1. He tries to take a shot. His crossbow doesn't seem to go, and he spends this turn trying to fix his crossbow. With that, it brings us to the top of the order. Aron, you are now up.
When I
Crossbow
hit
jams.
when I hit the troll, did I notice the moonlight do anything extra? Not extra? Nothing?
You tell it did like a good amount of damage, but nothing extra. Nothing that it didn't seem like effective or resistant to it.
Heard, so normal. And the goblin, did I notice that?
Nothing normal, or just normal. Sorry.
Yeah, heard.
Mhm.
Cool. I got a little sheet I'm gonna keep. Oh, so I'm gonna see this goblin that's just like running right in front of me then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the shit out of that guy. It's like, this guy's an idiot. Bam! What? That's a 13 on the dice for 23.
That hits.
Mm-hmm. That is 8 piercing damage and 4 moonlight damage for a total of 12.
All right, nice. You pull back your arrow, you release it. As this goblin's kind of holding its eye as it shot itself, it kind of gets hit in the side with an arrow, just as it just hisses your direction.
I'm gonna move underneath, not right underneath Argon, but in that set of trees. Just move me 1 square south of him. Yeah, that's to the right 1, and you'll be fine. That's good for me.
There
Cool.
we go.
So as to
Alright.
feel like I'm not like abusing my invisibility, I want to keep like moving. Yeah, I just want to keep moving around.
I got
you know.
With that, HK, you are now up.
Gonna bash the face into this troll in front of me
All right.
for a 20 not natural. Another dirty 20.
Yep, that hits.
Or bum, bum, bum. Math is hard. 14 bludgeoning damage.
Whew.
Is it still alive and kicking?
It is still alive and kicking. Barely kicking. Not a strong kick, it's a faint kick.
Alright, well then my force blitz is going to target its face. Try
Okay.
to shoot its head clean off its body. for 18 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
2d8. Oh, almost max damage. 15 points of force damage. Bludgeoning damage? I don't know what it is. I think it's bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Your cannon takes aim. It shoots, and as this troll is just, it shoots it right in its mouth, and you see it kind of pop out of the back of its head as it stumbles backwards 5 feet. That's not what I wanted. Oh, you guys are in the way. There we go. Dead.
He's dead.
D-E-D.
All right. And with that, oops.
You
What's
good?
Yeah.
Dying?
He's got
Yeah.
the Rona.
That this troll is up. Dormir, as you're standing, it's gonna go for a swipe at you. For, oh my gosh. 17, 24 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's why I had to go back on the floor to grab you. The D6 is about to go on the floor. For 6 points of damage as it brings the claws around, goes in for a swipe, and it's going to come down to try to bite you. However, 11. It goes in for a bite, and you're able to kind of dodge it as the claws kind of push you to the side. It's now your go.
All right, using War Priest, I'm going to take my hammer and go upside his head on one side and spin back around to catch the other side of his head,
Okay.
specifically targeting his head. Oh, natural 20 and 6 plus 15, 21.
21.
21.
21.
All right, that hits. Roll damage on the first one.
Okay, the first one, the natural 20. Can't remember. It's this 1d6, so 2 points of lightning damage, and 8 points max damage plus 4, 12, so that'd be 24. 20. So for that strike, it would be a total of 26.
All right.
And then the other
For
one,
the second one.
5 points of lightning damage. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So 11 points total on the second hit.
All right, nice. You guys see
Damn.
Dormir bring his hammer around, smack it across the jaw once, bring the hammer, as you just see this troll, as it gets hit and pushed a little bit.
And zzz, there's a little bit of zzz going on. Don't forget this is
Next up, this goblin, seeing you in battle, is gonna pull back its crossbow and go in for an attack. And he'll have this. Yeah. For 22 to hit.
ouch.
Yeah, this one. No. Yeah, I'm right. Haha. For 5 points of piercing damage as the crossbow bolt comes in and hits you right in the shoulder as you're doing battle with this troll.
Okay.
All right. With that, Argon, you are now up.
So that troll that just shot Thormir. Actually, I want to try and finish the one off that's struggling with the arrow in his freaking eye. So just from my tree, I want to pull out my short bow and just try and get him with that really fast. See if I can't put him out of his misery.
By switching weapons, it will take you the whole turn to switch out your weapons.
Ah,
Because
okay.
you have the daggers at the ready, you'd have to put the daggers away. Yeah.
Okay. I'll not change weapons then, and
Okay.
I'll jump out of my tree, run behind him,
Boop.
and I'll try to just like slice his throat.
Okay. For the are you using the strange dagger?
Yeah, the strange dagger's still out.
To do this, you're aiming for a critical hit. You have to roll high for this one.
Okay, heard.
Okay.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
There you go. That gets it.
All right, and then is that he knows that I was in the tree, so it's not. I can't use sneak attack on this, can I?
He is aware, yeah.
Okay, that's 8 damage. Max damage, baby.
just called the strange dagger. I guess what we're calling it.
That's what it is in my inventory. Yeah,
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the name that he has.
I've got a.
The strange
Yeah.
dagger. Like, oh, it's strange.
You
I
said
feel like-
8.
Yeah, max damage.
Okay. And then he's got to make. You go up. You sneak behind this goblin. You pull out your dagger. You bring it across his throat. You hear this as like it starts to gargle, and you see more blood than normal start to pour out of his neck as he drops to your feet, dead.
Oh, that's a lot of blood. Okay, cool. And then I want to evasive maneuver back to the tree.
Up the tree or just to the tree?
If I can get up the tree, sure, why not?
Give me a dex check to see if you can.
Okay.
Or either a dex check or like acrobatics.
They're the same. I got a 12.
You struggle a little bit, but since you're familiar with the woods, you're able to get up there. Aron, you kind of see him struggle a little bit, but he finally gets up there.
I chuckle to myself.
What you laughing at? You keep shooting shit.
You good, tree boy?
Oh, I'm fine.
All right. I'm going to take off.
Well, because he relies on dark vision, he wouldn't see you either.
Oh, fuck you, dude. You can't see me.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. With that,
I'm just the whole time, just like.
Seeing the threat that HK poses, it's going to turn its attention to you as it knocks back an arrow.
We'll certainly try.
Oh, whoa. Hey, you got cooler pictures.
Non-natural 20 to hit.
You did get good with pictures. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Do you roll a 1?
Shush. You take 2 points.
Oh.
I hit you. That's all that matters. That's the victory I get. 2 points of damage as once again it kind of like nicks at you. Another
Chips my goddamn paint.
chip in the paint.
Gonna murder
The other
you.
goblin is dead. So Inaria, you are now up. You're awake. You've got an arrow ready to go.
Okay, so out of game question real fast.
Yes.
Can goblins speak common? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
They actually speak Goblinese. Goblinese nuts.
And there it is.
He's nuts.
So I want to use my my Slayer's Prey on the last troll that's available. So that's my bonus action.
Okay.
I want to. Is it holding a club?
Just its claws.
Just his claws. Okay.
Yeah, just
Well,
claws,
I
not-
want to.
you're
I want to
good.
aim at its arm,
Okay.
and that's gonna be a 14 plus 6, so non-natural 20.
That
hit.
hits.
Cool. And that means I get 2 d8s and a d6. Where'd my d8 go? Okay, here it is. All right, so piercing damage, I got 1 plus 2, so 3. Frost, we have a 1. And
Aw.
so right now we're at 4, and then we got a plus 2. So yeah, I got 6.
6 on the last one. Okay.
Yep. And then can I move? Am I allowed to move if I use a bonus action?
Yeah, you can move. Yeah. So
Okay, I
for,
wanna
like,
move-
all your turns. You'll have like an action, a bonus action, and movement as well.
Okay. I want to move to the tree, like a tree limb behind the goblin
This
that
one.
shot me earlier. Yep. I just hit the troll for 6. Am I in a tree?
Oh, you want to
At
get
that
in the
point-
tree?
I want to get in the tree, like above him.
Give me a stealth check to see if you can do it without him knowing.
Okay. So for stealth, I got a 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay. He seems to like look around to see where the noise is coming from, and then give me a
Okay.
dex check to see if you can get up in the tree.
Okay. Oh shoot. And Dex is 10 plus 2, so I got 12.
You struggle. You break a couple limbs as you go, but you are
So he
able
knows
to
I'm
get
there
up there.
then.
He knows you're there. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yay.
With that troll is dead.
Oh, I killed it?
Kiwi, you are now up. Oh no! Sorry, not that troll. I was talking different one. The other one.
Oh! That was a
No,
little bit I
You
did.
release your arrow and it kind of slashes it a little bit, and you kind of see like frost appear, but nothing too extreme.
Hey, the goblin in the northwest who's fumbling with his crossbow, I'm going to charge at him and aim for decapitation with my
Oh.
great hand axe.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay, that damage is 5.
Okay.
And that's with all my bonuses.
Oh. You go up, you swing your great axe, trying to go for decapitation, but it kind of like, as it's struggling, it sees you, it kind of moves a little bit. You nick the side of its neck, and it just kind of grabs it, just as it takes aim at you with the crossbow. With that, it is now its turn. As it takes the crossbow, it just kind of fires it as a reaction almost. Oh, that was really good, but it'll be at disadvantage because you're so close. Son of a gun. As it goes, it's an 8. It's not a 1, at least. It goes to fire, but because it's grabbing its neck, it's not able to take aim, and the crossbow bolt goes wide, just kind of shooting off into the dirt somewhere. With that, Aron, you are now up.
Hey.
Ew.
All right. So I see this goblin in front of me. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike. That sounds
You
like
good?
fun. Yeah.
That sounds
Sorry.
like fun.
A little Jeff Goldblum action. And then, so I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike. So that adds 30 feet. And then I just
Okay.
I want to run 60 feet, just like, I mean, no, I'll wait to move. Actually, no, I'll move 60 feet up and then try to get like behind the dead troll body and shoot the goblin that's over by Anaria that's close to her. Yeah.
Do you want behind the troll?
Yeah, like just
You
like
said you
boom.
have 60 feet, right?
Yeah, I have 60 feet
Okay.
of movement.
There you go. And you're aiming at this one.
And I
Alright.
hit that goblin, and I get extra D8 of force damage. Okay. Ah, that is a 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
Yay! Wrong one. Wrong 2. Oh, I need that one actually. Yeah. So 8 piercing damage, 6 on the force damage, and 6 on the moonlight damage.
Wait, 8,
Yeah.
6, and 6?
Yeah, 20.
20. Okay. I'm not good with math either, just so everyone knows.
We're
You
all
knew
learning
it. You
today.
knew it. You just second guessed yourself. You knew it.
Run up behind the troll. As you kind of just stop abruptly, you pull back your arrow, you release it. You see the moonlight shoot off your arrow at this goblin. It hits it right in the throat, as it doesn't even be able to get a scream out as it falls dead.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
And is that 60 movement?
You've got
Probably.
5 feet.
Ah, cool. I'm just gonna duck behind the fucking troll head. I'm good.
Boop.
Yeah, it works for me. As long as I'm moving. I'm just running around picking
Okay.
motherfuckers off, dude. Blink,
With
blink, blink.
that, you guys will start to hear as you guys are in battle. HK, it's now your go.
Oh boy. I'm gonna make it as close as possible as I can to the troll. Is that within distance?
15,
Attacking distance.
25, 30. You got
Fuck.
30 or 35?
I've got 30. 30.
Okay.
Fine, I guess I'm firebolting him.
Okay.
It's crying shame. Crying shame. For 24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Yeet. Come on, D10. Wait, that's a 0. 10 points of fire damage.
Oops.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
is it still alive?
It is still alive.
Ah, yes, then my force ballista shall take a shot.
You feel your force ballista start to twitch a little bit as it's starting to aim.
Huh?
It's
What?
still going to attempt the shot.
Mm-hmm. Roll for an
If
attack.
it will. 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
It's ominous.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ring bliss.
Thoramir, give me a dex check.
Shit.
17.
Okay. As your cannon
Oh, wait a minute. 18, because I got +2. Forgot that.
it starts to twitch, but it seems to target the troll. It shoots off and hits the troll. You said 11. So that's... There we go. Have to do the math equations. And then push back 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. With that, it is the troll's turn. As it starts to fall backwards, it's going to take another step forward and bring down its claws on you, Thoramir. And as it does, it brings its claws and it completely misses you. And you hear like a popping as if his arm dislocates and it kind of just hangs off to the side as he was giving it all his force. Just as he goes in to then bite you. If he rolls a 1, has a dislocated jaw too. I'm done. Okay, not dislocated jaw. For, 13
Kill.
to hit.
Me.
You see one arm gipping, and he just goes in for a bite. You're able to kind of dodge it, get out of the way. With that, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move to his weak side where his arm is dislocated,
Strong side. Weak side.
and I'm coming in for his head again. Using War Priest. Bink. Make sure I hit that. For a 22
Okay.
and a 20 non-natural.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay, what do I do with my damage dice? There they are. Ooh. Okay, lightning damage is 6. And 6 points of bludgeoning damage on the first strike. Second strike, lightning damage 4, and bludgeoning damage 10.
All right, as you go in for the second swipe, you hit it. You hear it crackle. The side of its skull cave in, as it then falls over dead.
Here you go.
Thank
Alright.
God. Do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you only took a few.
All right, I'm
Got,
moving back.
15.
I'm moving back up by him. HK.
All right. With that, this goblin, as you're moving away, it's gonna pull back an arrow, take aim at you. For 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, good for the goblins, at least. Fuck you. 2 points of piercing damage.
Got it.
As then it's going to readjust itself to hide behind trees and bushes. Argon, you are now up.
So did I see him move into the bushes?
Give me a perception check. You did not. Never mind. Unless you rolled a 20.
Okay, did not roll a 20. Didn't see him go in the bushes. Heard. Do I see HK's turret shaking?
What was your perception check?
A 12.
You couldn't
It's
tell.
a
if
tiny
it was...
creature.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Okay.
It just seemed to be targeting and shooting.
Well, okay. I was gonna try and help out, but I can't. So I'm just gonna get out of my tree, and I'll just use my action to go over towards HK.
You can get to like right there. Jump down. There.
Okay, and then I can use my bonus action to dash. It doesn't just have to be evade, so I'll just
Okay.
dash the rest of the way and just get next to him.
Right beside him. Okay.
Yeah, be like, nice work out there. Let's go kick some more ass.
You want to be slapped.
All right. With that, he's dead. Just the 2 goblins left. Okay. Inaria, you are now up.
Would it take my whole turn to make a lasso?
It will take a good part of your turn. Yeah.
Okay, I want to make a lasso.
Okay.
And how much more can I do with that turn?
What do you want? What would you like to do? That's-
I want to lasso that goblin since he speaks common.
Okay.
But I have no idea how to go about this.
Goblin Wrangler.
Flip it on its back and tie its legs together.
Or hog tie it.
like trying to like pull it.
Okay. Just out of curiosity here, would it be possible for me to dash at it and hog tie it instead?
You could grapple it.
Yeah, you
Grapple
can
make it that
So you
far.
can dash at him and go in for a grapple.
And what does it mean, grapple?
Like
Like-
a strength
I just-
check.
I just grab it.
They're
Can I-
gonna be wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can either depending on what you want to like grapple, like you can grab him, you can like jump on him and like put him down, put him in like a headlock.
You'd
Okay, I
essentially-
want to grapple him and put him in a headlock. Do I have my
Okay.
rope ready at this point as a bonus action, maybe?
I'll say as you're dashing over, you can like grab your rope out.
Okay, I
like,
want to
ready
grab
go.
my rope. Okay, it's ready to go, and I want to basically grapple.
Tackle grapple.
Okay. As you're going for your rope, give me a sleight of hand to make sure you can grab your rope without taking
This is
anything
gonna
else
be
out of your
bad.
backpack.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sleight of hand. I got a 14 plus 2, or yeah, 14 plus. Where's my? Yeah, plus 2, so 16.
Okay, you're able to grab your. It's the smoothest action you've ever done. You get it. You ready?
Yeah.
And then a strength check against the goblin.
Okay, and a strength check. I got a nat 20.
Oh, let's
That
go.
goblin is
Regular
subdued.
This guy
You
drop kicked his
grab-
shit.
Hercules!
You see Inaria like jump one-handed onto the goblin's shoulders, up over it, grabbing the rope, pulling it around, bringing it down into a headlock, and the goblin it's tapping, but she's not letting go.
Let's go.
Kiwi, you're just
Ronda
standing there like
Rousey over here.
she just dashed out of nowhere, just brought it down. All right.
It's out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
RKO.
Yeah.
With that, Kiwi, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the goblin a nookie right in the skull. Okay. Well,
Plus
I
one
mean,
Indian damage.
I really don't want to interfere with what's going on in front of me, even though I'm greatly confused by it. So, I think what I'll do is I'll move southwest a little bit to where I'm directly north of this goblin. At the bottom, I'm
Southwest.
pointing at the bottom of the screen. So, like, to where I'm directly north of it, to where I have like a clear, open view of it. I think that's
Okay.
about as far as I can go. I only have 25 movement.
Oh, right. Short little legs. You get to right there. That way the goblin doesn't get an opportunity to attack on you. Oh wait, no, it's
Then-
grappled. No, it's fine. So
He's grappled.
switch there.
Hopefully, it's
He
a
gets no
disadvantage.
opportunity.
Yeah, he's
He's like reaching out for you to help.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
tapping, but you won't let go.
I'm going to grab one of my hand axes,
Okay.
and before I do anything, I'm going to use Fighting Spirit to give myself 5 temporary HP and advantage on the attack roll,
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
because I need this thing to hit. And then I'm going to throw this hand axe at the southward goblin.
Okay.
That is,
So you said that's with advantage, right?
it is, and
Okay.
good, I just rolled a 2. It's a 15 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
It's, what is the damage? Okay. Damage is 8. Slashing.
As you throw your hand axe, it cuts through some trees and it hits the other goblin. I thought it was hidden. As it looks over your way. With that, it is the goblin that's grappled's turn. It can try to bust out of it.
Busting out.
No, nope.
No, he's
Goblin.
not.
Still, it's still tapping. Still tapping. That was a 2. That was a 2.
Help me.
I'm gonna bust out of here.
I'm gonna go hold its hand and drop it. Hold its hand and then drop it.
Hold
Oh,
those
shit.
dice. Grabbing a
The
new
third
D20.
time.
All right. With that, Aron, you are now up. You've got the one goblin that's being subdued and the other one that has a axe that just cleaved it.
I saw that wood elf just bash across it and just like, I'm good. Oh, Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey. Fuck that. I'm gonna climb this. Is this a tree right in front of me?
Yeah.
Sick. I want to climb to the very top of it so I can get a nice angle on this goblin here. And then just draw my bow and fucking.
What'd you do?
All right.
Layered
Roll
me
for
on top
attack.
of it. Brah! 18.
That hits. Roll damage.
That is 8 piercing and 3 moonlight.
Eight piercing, 3 moonlight. As you dash up to the tree, you pull back, and it almost seems as if this is the first time you guys would have almost seen the moon. As Aron's up top, you can kind of see like almost a crescent moon being made by his bow as he flings it, hits this goblin. As he's looking both ways, trying to figure out where he's getting attacked from. HK, it is your go.
I'm going to get as close as possible to the goblin in the southwest.
Damn trolls.
Both literal and physical. Since I can't reach him, gonna have to firebolt his ass. Shapoopy.
Oh, girl, that's hard to get.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
For 6 points of fire damage. Is my... Go ahead.
Pull back. You shoot your firebolt as it's kind of like going back. As it gets hit right in the face by a firebolt. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. As it falls back dead, face kind of just still like bird in that movement. Everything's taken care of, and Arya is wrangling down that one goblin.
Okay. Guess I'll stand down.
Hey, I want to get those troll lungs before they go bad.
Save the troll claws for me.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to pillage the trolls.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
My means I pillage trolls.
So you've got this one goblin that's fighting you. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, so I'm still holding on it, right? It's still like tapping out.
Yeah, it's still tapping out. That was a 6.
Okay, cool.
Can I walk over and give it a little love tap on the head?
You could try, yeah.
Don't kill it.
It's a love
what's
tap. I'm controlling it.
What's a love tap?
A little tongue
Full
on
force.
top of the head to knock him out.
What a force.
Would a 16 hit?
That hits. Roll damage.
Now remember, I'm controlling it. Shit. Where'd the other dot? There it is. 1 and a 4 plus 4. Oh, I meant that's wrong. Yeah, it was right. Yeah. So 1 point of shocking damage, and 4 plus 4, 8.
Okay.
But I was trying to subdue. I was trying to subdue him. I wasn't trying to kill him.
In Arya, you'll take 1 point of shock damage as well as the lightning comes off the hammer.
Okay.
And it just kind of as it seems a little dazed and confused.
Out of
Yeah.
curiosity, am I on top of it, or am I like behind it, pulling my rope to choke it?
Wherever you'd want to be. You rolled a nat 20. You are positioned however you'd like.
Okay, I kind of want to be behind it and choking it. So
Okay.
I guess like it's like laying on top of me or whatever. I don't know, but
Gotcha.
like I want to yell out like, "Who do you work for?"
Who does number 2 work for?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Who does number 2?
Okay, I'll
Seems to
loosen
be-
it a little bit to see if he'll talk.
Oh.
I'll never tell you.
I'm gonna yank it back. You sure about that?
He keeps
Who
like
do you work
swing
for?
it back, tap it.
Okay, I'm gonna release them again.
Just kill me already. Just kill
I'm gonna
me.
yank it back.
Give me a
Whoa.
strength check.
Okay.
Are you just like
11
slowly
plus-
murdering this goblin?
11 plus 2, I got a 13.
Okay. You can see the goblin looks like it's gasping for air, like it's getting close to being passed out after that hit that it took to the head and being choked for this long, even that short time that he can gain his breath.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna release it again. And Does Daro sound familiar to you?
Fuck you!
You really want to go down this route, dude? Does he say anything?
I'm not saying shit. Just kill me.
Let's see. What can I do here?
Stab him in the heart.
Yeah, you gotta
Come
end this.
on.
I want to be able to get information.
Give me a
Could keep
persuasion
him.
check. Oh gosh.
Okay, persuasion.
Keep him and feed him mice.
I
Or
got a
organs.
6.
Okay, yep, he's still resisting.
Does anybody else want to try with him?
Answer the lady's questions, or I'll clobber you again on the noggin.
I'm gonna go hold a dagger up his balls. See how he likes that.
Give me an intimidation check.
Both of us.
No, just Aron with the
Like-
dagger to his balls.
I'm not shying away from just like grabbing his shit either and pulling it tight. Not even worried about it. That is a 13 on the dice plus, I think 16 total.
Why is that? Why don't you stroke it while you're at it?
I'm gonna cut his balls off.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Roll damage for the deck. I don't. That's. No, not even roll damage. That's a
Okay.
vital organ. Jesus.
Can I just drop? And then I'm gonna drop his balls on his face and then plunge the dagger into his chest right afterwards.
Wait, can I get out of the way
And
first?
then I'm just gonna walk away.
So you guys see Aron walk up, grab this goblin's junk, slice it off. The goblin passes out from the pain. He drops the balls on his face, brings the dagger down to finish the job.
Shit, man.
Well,
Coulda
Hey,
healed
you
him.
thought I was the bad one. What the
And
fuck?
Arya was strangling him to death. I
You-
think that was the more humane
What I
option.
gave him was
It
a bit
sounds
of a
like there's
mercy.
some alignment changes coming.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
That's true.
oh,
Don't
okay.
worry
Well,
about
I'm
it,
gonna
I
push
got
this
that.
body off. And can I loot it?
Yeah, you got a pair of testicles rolling around.
Maybe I can cure him for something.
Are we gonna be able to finish our long rest?
Cut yourself
know.
shaving. Huh.
Does he have anything? Does he have any information?
You guys, are you searching all the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Searching
why
the
not?
corpses.
I'll search the one that got the arrow in the eye. That was like all crazy.
Okay. You can tell they'll have basic crossbows on them. The trolls, they don't have anything specific. Goblins don't seem to have any papers or nothing on them. However, each goblin does have a bag that normally holds gold coins. However, each bag is full of 35 buttons.
God damn it. These buttons might be useful eventually if everybody's got them. I'm gonna hold on to my 35 buttons.
I'm gonna hold on
Yeah.
to too.
I will. For some reason, I have a feeling I should keep these buttons.
And what if my pants fall down because the button pops off? Then
Can
gotta
I
find a
mutilate the
button.
troll and get the claws?
Jesus, it's not mutilated enough.
I didn't know what you were going for there.
Oh my god.
Troll testicles are great. Soup.
Good soup.
That's a
I don't
different
want
type
that.
of mountain
That
oyster.
soup would be ballin'.
Quite literally.
Ah.
God damn it. Salty
Damn it.
soup.
Oh no! Give me a
By the way, am
strength
I
check to
bloody
get the
or am I
claws.
okay?
You're good. You're good.
Okay, so you said strength check.
Yeah.
I got a 12 plus 2, so a 14.
Yep. You're able to declaw the trolls.
Cool.
Any chance I can finish my long rest while they castrate the corpses?
So, as you guys finish your battle and everyone goes back to sleep and rest down, you finish that last part of your watch, Aron. Who has the last 2 hours of watch?
I think I do.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, after that, it'd have to be either Inari or HK.
Always
Give-
on watch.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. Woo. Blonde moment.
8 plus 4, 12.
Okay.
I have an
Um,
18.
Rain starts to come down even heavier now. You don't sense anything in the night. The storm seems to continue, and it kind of shows signs that it's nowhere near stopping. But the rain's coming down. Everyone's starting to get cold, soaked. Even those that are sleeping are starting to get cold and soaked as well, and it kind of leads for a little bit of a rough sleep. But everyone is able to finish their long rest, heal up, make it
Nice.
without dying.
Wait, I pressed long rest and it literally took my hit points to 1.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking. That's a really weird glitch.
Yeah, it says 1
For your total hit points?
for my total hit points.
Yeah, 1 of 1.
One
Take
of
long
1.
rest again.
I did.
What was your total though
Yeah, I
before?
think you can
It
override
was
your-
17.
I think you can just
No,
override
your,
it.
your
Yeah.
total
Yeah.
was...
Yeah, I did it for all of them. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's the way you did your health in the class
oh,
thing.
yeah. It says
It's a-
1 out of 1.
Yeah, it had to have been for...
You might have had temporary
Somewhere.
hit points installed on accident. Because then
Alright,
when you take a
let's-
long rest, those go away.
That's the first
So-
time I've ever done that.
Did you adjust your HP at the end of last session?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you go to your manage hit points, which one of the 3 boxes did you put your number in?
I think override.
Yeah, very far left is what you want.
Okay.
Override HP, like it will override it, but then you run into those issues. Whereas rolled
Okay.
HP is more of like it actually makes it.
Did we
That.
level up last time and I missed out on that?
No.
No.
I don't
No,
think
we're level 3 still.
Okay. I just
I
want to
think
make
it
sure I
was-
didn't miss out on something.
So rolled hit
Mhm.
points, I'll put 20.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so however much HP you have rolled on your dice to roll for
Yeah.
HP.
How much HP did you have before you hit long rest and it went down to 1?
I had
20.
17, but my max was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, then set it to 20.
It says what does it? It says hit point bonuses. Does it say that?
So I have rolled HP, HP modifier, override HP.
So underneath rolled HP, you don't have a hit point bonuses.
Hit point bonuses -3.
Shit. And you have a 1 HP right now?
It's saying I have 1 HP, but I
Try
should
putting-
have 20.
Try putting in 23 for your rolled HP.
And it's still giving me 1.
yeah, let's see.
Weird.
Uh,
Wait. Did I get it? Okay, I think I got it. I think we're good.
Goblin
Yeah,
Wrangling
there you
what
go.
takes it out
Might
of
be
you.
a glitch.
You're at,
that's
you're at
Okay.
She's at
from
20
being
now.
There we go.
beyond
Cool. Okay, sorry about that.
I'm
might be a
here.
Glitch from where they're getting ready. to
So-
fight.
Oh, it scared me. I was like, shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no,
It
I was
was-
like, yeah, you didn't.
because in your override HP you put 1, so that's what it was pulling from. So no matter what
Okay.
you put in your rolled or your HP modifier,
what the-
it will take that number.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
No, you're super squishy.
I'm
Shit.
super squishy.
You and Pike
Extra
both.
A strong
squishy.
breeze knocks you out. What's your next character?
Don't get sneezed on.
She just plays Pike next time.
Right, you gave yourself Pike's HP.
Yeah. By the way, was I able to get like arrows during my watch?
Yeah, you'll be able to get arrows and whatnot.
We're good now. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Noob
Sweet.
is having problems.
It happens.
You all finish your long rest. You wake up. Rain is coming down. You all feel pretty miserable, but you were able to finish your long night's sleep. Except for HK, you got a little bit of rust.
Oh,
I feel fine.
You can hear the thunder, the lightning starting to crackle a little bit. It doesn't seem as like ominous as that storm from yesterday with just the thunder. The rain is starting to make the ground soft. It's getting muddy where you're at.
I kinda
time to
wanna tell the-
move. This cart can't get stuck. We should probably move it before it gets too muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Have
Yeah.
purple cold.
And I want
That's
to tell
actually-
the party that this is kind of similar to the storm that was near when my home got burnt down. So this could be related to the dragon.
So you think the
On the
dragon is
road.
nearby, or
I think the dragon is in Dornberg
We need to keep
Dragon's in
moving.
Dornberg? Shit.
because lightning specifically was coming from the north to the south, and blue dragons work with lightning.
Well, shit.
At this point,
Uh.
you guys are starting to share things and starting to learn that even though you're fighting your own battles and there's lots of things happening in this world, it's starting to come together. It's starting to overlap. That there's a reason that you six have come together. There's a reason that the monsters have started to come back, that Maloris has contacted you. In which case, Maloris has never contacted anyone. There's no known records except for her monsters. His or her monsters.
Ah.
Nope, goes back and forth. I'm sorry. And at this point, you all start to get up, get ready, and it almost
I
as if
sent-
we start to zoom out a little bit. The storm coming down, and Dornberg kind of starts to come to vision, and you see parties moving in, people running, fires causing, as what seems like an overlord is kind of stepping over, taking over, declaring war on anyone that deems themselves worthy enough to challenge him.
Does he look familiar?
You guys aren't here. This is all happening
Oh.
elsewhere in the world. So as you
I
guys are
send
getting
my
ready,
prayer up to Thor. Morning devotions. Send my prayers up to Thor.
okay. This new overlord seems to want to challenge everything. He seems to be a little bit eager, aggressive to take over and show the lands of Telux who he is. It's at this point that Thormir, as you do your blessings, you are struck down to the ground. You fall grasping your head, screaming in pain. You feel a sharp pain in the back of your eye. Your hammer crackles with lightning, just shooting out. It's hitting trees. They aren't catching on fire as the rain's putting them out, but it's shooting off. All 5 of you, give me dex checks to see if you can dodge this.
Oh, plus 2, 14.
15.
Next gen. 16.
16.
Natural 1.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
I rolled 14 plus 6.
Okay. Inaria, you get just touched by the lightning. 2 points of shock damage towards you. Kiwi, as you're trying to dodge, you're not able to get it. It's almost like the lightning is drawn to your hammer. As you take 5 points of shock damage, and it kind of pushes you back. As you guys see Thormir down on the ground, grabbing his eye, screaming. And that is what we'll pick up next week. And there we have session 9 of the Tales of Telux. Now, last time it was Kiwi coming out of a burning building. This session ends with Thormir having very similar moments that Thor has had, grasping his eye, lightning striking out from him. What awaits? Only time will tell. Tune in for the next one. As always, stay amazing, and is it Tuesday yet? Bye-bye.